Model 3 dude wants to crash some rockets. So, hey, let's crash some rockets. You guys saw the picture of my microphone. The funny thing is, I don't really use that one usually. I do have it, but typically don't use that one. So, not really affected today. But it's sure made a good photo opportunity. So, I've got the tier rank right here, and I broke it. I went ahead and broke these guys down into two groups. So that was kind of like my initial, you know, we got to start somewhere, right? There's just too damn many of these guys. So, and I got a lot going on. I got a lot going on here on one screen, so you have to bear with me. But on the left are what I call the major YouTubers, AMC YouTubers, the majors, the big guys, Trey, Matt Kohrs. Now, I put Matt Kohrs here because he was a major. I don't know if he is anymore, but his legacy, okay, his legacy is definitely one of a major. So I have him in the major category. Jack Hunter. Jack will always be Jack to me. Newer comers like Al from wherever you're from. Al from, I probably can't pronounce where you're from. Boss Blunts. Marcel. Kalanovic. Whatever it is. Chris and of course, you know, Short the Vix, Wrench Capital, Review Dork. My Review Dork is, you know, an OG. He's an OG grifter. And of course, Clay and Matt Stoner. Together as one, they are one unit. They're locked together for eternity as one unit. So, the majors. And then I have on the other side these minor figures that really are not really consequential. Avi, you know, your dance is entertaining. We like it, but whatever. Teddy Zane, the Roid Rager, you know, I actually kind of enjoy some of his content. Not the intro, way too loud. John Wick Sniping is MIA still. Haven't heard from him. Remember, call Florida Crime Stoppers if you see him. I can't remember what this guy's name. Oh, B. Hayes, I think. Yeah. Tony Denaro. I can't remember what this guy's name is. Froggy Styles. I put Commander 35 here. I have to admit, almost, you know, because I don't think he would like being considered a minor YouTuber. But that's probably even overstating his influence. But not really consequential. These guys, Clay Bro, you know, I hate to say that he's from Ohio. I'm from Ohio. We share that connection, but you know, ultimately, Ohio's a fly. I know that we're in a flyover state. That's what they call us. We're flyover state here. So, and you know, common sense investor. So, you know, if anybody has any disputes about these major, like, rankings, categories, major categories, you know, let me know. But I don't think that we have, you know, too much debate about that. Tony is potentially one who, okay. I think Tony has some good content. I think he generally makes a pretty decent effort. He has been grifty in the past. I don't know if he currently is. I haven't I don't really see much from him. I don't really see much come up in AMC relevant search results. So we can look, maybe we can look at that, but you know, there have been instances. Now, you know, of course, Tony's a guy that will come in to this channel. He'll come in the chat. He'll engage with us here, and that's more than anybody else has done. So, in that sense, you know, I have to. Tony is a good guy. He's a good guy. I don't know where. Let me just say this. I'm not going to take him off here, though, because even though now he comes in and we talk about it and he says, oh, yeah, Scott's information is factual. Well, yeah, it's always been that. But it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago that he was cursing my name on his stream, saying that I was, you know, a vile man. So there is some history there. Anyway, it's not personal for me, but to say Scott Allen will never be welcome on this channel, I have no time for people who don't believe in the MOAS. Bye, bitch. Okay, and then come in. Okay. Now, I'm trying to keep up with the chat here. So, let's see. A vote for first doing a survey. If you guys want to set up a vote, I thought about doing that actually. I thought about doing that. If somebody wants to set up like some kind of website, like one of those sites where you put in the choices and people can make vote. That's cool. I think we know who's going to win. I think, Manny, I think you called it earlier. I don't know if that's visible in this chat. Probably not. But, you know what I'm talking about. YouTube chat survey. Okay. All right. All right. I can do that. Survey monkey. Well, we'll get to that. Maybe I should. Okay, so there's just so many names. I don't know if I can add that many options. Let's see. I don't think it will let me add that many options. Because I would need a dozen options. Matt Kohrs. Matt Kohrs. It sucks because I used to like shopping at Kohl's. Kohl's used to be cool. So, well, two at a time. Two at a time. That's a lot of work for me. That's a lot of administrative work. And I have to talk and play the videos and stuff too. I don't think I can do that. Why don't we just say, hey, Lou's gonna win. Obviously he's the best grifter. Case closed. Let's go on about our Saturday night. But let's give him the you know, benefit of the doubt here. All right. So, how do we start this? Where do we even start? Where to even start? Well, you know, you kind of just have to start. Lots of work for me. That's okay. It's all right. Okay, so I figured what we would do is just kind of take them as they come here, and you know, let them have their best shot. Let them give us their best grift, which is hopefully, you know, everybody is continuously improving. So whatever you do at any given time is the best you have at that time. So we'll just go off that assumption and say that the best, what they have now is the best they have to offer. So with that in mind, we'll just take a look at a little bit of each video, and then go over here and see where they rank, and just go from there. You know, I don't know how else to do it. It's not a formal thing, you know, but that's what I had in mind, because this shit is getting really ridiculous. Now, I say that every time, and boy, it's getting ridiculous now. Wait until next week. Wait until next week. All the shit talking last night. Okay, so yeah, man, I do feel like we should start there. I do feel like that's probably not a bad place to start. It's funny how his videos don't even come up in the damn search results anymore. You search for AMC, and the Ape Father doesn't even show up. It's like he doesn't exist or something. I don't know. And the only thing that ever shows up from Tony are live streams. All right. But I don't know if you guys saw that. I mean, everybody here probably did see it. I don't know if you guys saw this. Everybody saw this. Oh my God. I've never... Oh. Where is it? To just look at his video. Ape Father shadow ban, probably. Diamond balls on fire. My diamond balls are on fire, guys. Jesus Christ. Here it is. Okay.
AMC Theaters. I just ordered a bunch of snacks over at your YouTube videos. I'm the Ape Father. I represent AMC. So I have a large audience. We're waiting for the thing called the MOAS. Are you aware of that?
No, I'm not.
Listen, you're an AMC employee. You need to get it. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice, but all of you AMC employees need to own AMC because you're going to be millionaires.
I'm good.
You don't believe in your own company that you work for? He says no.
Jesus Christ. Okay, you got to give me something better than 144. Come on, YouTube. Work with me here. Jesus Christ. I mean, I know we want to load. We want to actually load and be able to watch it. 144?
You hear this?
I got my own business.
You got your own business?
Yeah.
All right, God bless you.
That's awesome.
Oh, you remember GameStop, how that went to 500, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
GameStop.
You own LLC? Look at these. They're all entrepreneurs, the AMC employees. You're like Elon Musk. God bless you guys.
I think the one is eating the popcorn. He looks like he's 13.
Thank you. Guys, take
Thank
your
you. Good
stuff.
luck with all your business endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Take your stuff.
Just embarrassed us.
I don't care. Just take
And
your
this is
stuff.
the number for your pretzel bites. We'll call them out when
This is the number for your pretzel bites.
Have a good one. So we got a couple of sodas here. This is for my son Mikey, not for me. Hey, Michael, there's your ice cream.
Yeah, I would never eat ice cream.
And the popcorn is going to be with the pretzel bites. This guy doesn't want nothing to do with it. He hates AMC. He works at AMC, but apparently he's an entrepreneur. I don't know. Maybe he owns that business with Lou. Remember that business? There was that.
He's so butthurt.
We gotta watch with the kids here. You know the one I'm talking about. But anyway,
Oh my God.
I'm all for AMC, even though they're not. AMC and GameStop to Pluto.
Oh, that is a tiny shadow of his former self. You can't kill Michael Myers. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my God. Holy shit. Shadow Stars 13 in the house. Wow, these fools now going to AMC to shield their failing company so that they can offload their bags. Yep. That's what it is. Oh man. Back for Avatar. LLC guy. Oh my God. So, right there, let's just see here. Already you know, Ape Father's here. I have to kind of like resize this a little bit here to make it fit, but you know, he's definitely at least a B. He's at least in the B tier. I'm just gonna throw it out there. You guys disagree with me or tell me to move it, fine. I don't care. Right, by fractional shares every 30 minutes, right? That's how you make the MOAS happen. Fractional shares every 30 minutes. That's what he used to say. And just, if there's anything that has less of an impact on anything else in the world, it's fractional shares of stock. Because let's be honest, you know, stock itself is pretty goddamn useless. You're talking about fractions of that. Talk about adding nothing to society. Last of the top tier. I'm not going to put him. I'm not going to put him in S. I will put him. We can put him over here. I can work with that. Put him right there. Okay. B tier because his heart really isn't in anymore. Pluto. Michael Myers earned him a spot. That was true. That's true. Michael Myers. Okay. But I mean, I can't go any higher than A. I can't go any higher than A for Ape Father. I can't. That's a kind of a deal breaker for me. But he's got a solid A tier because of the Michael Myers thing. I can go with that. Look at me arguing about what fucking tier these guys belong in. It's hilarious. I never thought I would be doing this, but I'm so happy that I am. We're all live with Lou, Al, and the gang on Twitter Space Call. Awesome meeting and full of positivity. That's what they're calling the circle jerks these days. Okay. Alrighty. Hopefully the exit doors are not locked like they were in that one tragedy. Actually, I think it was as a result. I think it was the Battalion Hall in Detroit. It was a magic show. A bunch of kids were there. Somebody. I don't even know if there was a fire or not. But somebody caused a panic, and people were trying to get out, and the exit doors were actually locked from the inside, so people couldn't get out. And it actually led to, I believe, the invention of like the crash bar. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, but somebody mentioned last night that they thought that his wife was saying that, or somebody in that video was saying you're embarrassing yourself or you're embarrassing us or something. That could be. I mean, it's like one of those third-party embarrassments. Like, I'm embarrassed for you. I feel that a lot with this, but anyway. Okay, so we got the Ape Father. You know, at least provisionally in the A tier. And I'm just gonna put him over here for now. He's a solid. All right. Now let's see. Who's next? Tom James. Tom Jim.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today
Welcome back to the channel,
the hedge
everyone.
funds are stuck.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Okay. Bullshit. Oh, it is bullish. What? I thought it says bullshit there. Well, that old Tom Jim Tom Jim is a slippery one. He's a slippery fellow. This is the kind of guy that you hope that your daughter never meets, right? It's the kind of guy, if your daughter meets a guy like this, you're like, oh shit. Oh shit. Slippery fellow.
How they're stuck between regulatory crackdown and even hedge funds being entirely disconnected from trading exchanges and quite literally from incoming liquidations due to the coming recession and due to this massive wave of redemptions. So stay tuned and let's make some money.
Like, listen to just that right there. Let me paint this gloom and doom picture of everything, but stay tuned. Let's make some money. I love it. I love it. Maybe I do want my daughter to come home with a guy like this.
From incoming liquidations due to the coming recession and due to this massive wave of redemptions. So stay tuned and let's make some money.
God. Oh my God. Look at this. He's got a Bitcoin poster back there. And he's got an ape in a spacesuit poster back here. Holy, and he's got a custom AMC neon sign right here. Wow.
And now I want to dive straight in with the key information. So, you may say, Tom, where have you been over the last few days?
Well, I've been at Davos, of course.
Actually had a nasty case of tonsillitis. I've barely been able to speak, and my throat has felt like glass.
Bullshit.
So
I'm calling bullshit on that. I am calling bullshit on that. I don't know what he actually was doing, but I don't... let's see your doctor's note.
Days off just to rest and recover. AMC did have a brilliant week last week, however, obviously we haven't yet seen the squeeze, so until we see that squeeze, it's business as usual. And as of a few days ago, a $6 billion hedge fund was recently cut off from trading
as an
investigation loom.
Alright, what he said, cut off. That's funny. That's funny. He took some time off to eat, you know, to suck on some zinc lozenges. And whatnot. Last tier. I'm hearing last tier already. You know, last tier for Tom. I'm kind of thinking that way. Kind of thinking that way.
Over them. Now, as we see more and more investigations into various hedge funds, especially as the SEC has launched a...
You might even say he's a pisser. You might even say he's a pisser.
A search through 100 personal mobile phones of top Wall Street dealmakers, we're going to see more and more hedge funds being disconnected. And especially if a big player like Citadel ends up being disconnected, well, they aren't going to be able to manipulate AMC. They aren't going to be able to short synthetic shares. Because they're quite literally going to be disconnected from trading. Now, it says
if Citadel gets cut off, look at, did you see how easily YouTube fucking takes me down to 360? Come on. I know my connection sucks. That was fairly decent grifting. Bullshitters take notice. You see what he did there? This is so slippery. He's such a slippery fellow.
Funds being disconnected. And especially if a big player like Citadel ends up being disconnected, well, they aren't going to be able to manipulate AMC. They aren't going to be able to short synthetic shares because they're quite literally going to be disconnected from trading. Now, it says here the hedge fund giant Saganti Capital Management has been cut off from trading by 2 major banks. Now, don't forget that Bank of America is the prime broker for Citadel, and therefore, if Bank of America wanted to, they could disconnect Citadel from the trading exchange and literally halt all trades performed by Citadel. And I think not only can these major banks disconnect individual hedge funds, but also the SEC themselves can suspend trading and quite literally ban specific trading pools. You may say, Tom, a $6 billion hedge fund isn't really that big, considering that Citadel manages, isn't it, like $250 billion worth of assets, all hidden in different countries. And that is true, but don't forget Citadel is leveraging a lot of its actual money into that $235 billion. Citadel as a fund only manages around $30 to $40 billion of actual cash or of actual equity that they own, and the rest is borrowed from other large banks. So technically, I guess this fund is still 5 to 10 times smaller than Citadel, but a $6 billion hedge fund is definitely not small fry by any means. And here it even says that...
I don't even know what did he just spend the last minute trying to explain? Why $6 billion is that much or is not that much? But Citadel is this, but I don't, you know, like, what the hell? Yeah, please hit the like button and subscribe. For the purposes of YouTube, only for that, so we can get more people to question these fools. That's a good pause. Good pause face.
Bank of America and Citigroup have suspended all equity trading with Sagenti Capital Management due to the bank's concern about the hedge fund's bets on the sale of large blocks of shares. And it even says here the exact reason. Bank of America and Citi may be acting to save themselves from legal liability. And again, if Citadel ends up being investigated, it wouldn't surprise me if Bank of America and other...
He can't go on the bottom tier. He cannot go on the bottom tier. He's too slippery for that. Where is he? Where is he? Right here. Can we compromise and say he's here? Can we put him on D? Put him in D. Right there. Does that work for everybody? Does that work for everybody? Works for me. Oh, look. No hope for the generations here. Hello. Moon Gang. Be careful with that cult language, my friend. Be careful with that cult language. You might find yourself on the receiving end of a wrench. Hey, I don't make these decisions. I delegate. So Manny thinks that he's below Jack Hunter. Below Jack Hunter. So I think we leave him at D. I think we leave him in D. I think we leave him there for now. We can always revise. This is not set in stone. It's, you know, it's all in good grift.
Positions, and therefore they're going to continue withdrawing their money. And right now, hedge funds are bracing for $20 billion of redemptions. It says investors are already scheduled to withdraw $13.5 billion from the industry in the current quarter and another $6.3 billion the rest of the year.
That's
it says while the numbers are... Jerome Powell basically saying triggering a recession is entirely out of his control, and he basically has no idea whether a recession is going to happen or not.
Oh, I'm sure he doesn't. Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't.
Susquehanna lose 80% of its value last quarter. Okay, did Susquehanna just lose around $2.1 billion, or has their investment holdings just decreased rapidly? You can see here, back in quarter 4 of 2021, they had
stonk.
Top of that, Unusual Wells
clue.
tweeted saying Turkey's 5-year credit default swaps have jumped to 730 basis points.
Unusual Wales.
The highest reading since the 2008 financial crisis.
Rank him.
And again, this shows that it's not just the US that's currently experiencing financial difficulty, or that's currently entering a recession. It's also the entire of Europe, the UK,
Turkey. I mean, I'm sorry. But
sure, many other countries as well.
I don't know.
And as Howie expertly put, he said there's warning signs everywhere if you're looking
Turkish.
and if you know what to look for.
Lives
So it's
here in
not
the
just the
United
US
States.
that's struggling with spiraling inflation and raising interest rates, but it's also Europe and many other countries as well, like the UK. Now you may say, Tom, last week the S&P 500 ran from lows of around 380.
I want to hear him explain the bear market rally.
All the way back up to 415. Doesn't that mean the market crash is over? Hasn't everything been avoided? Surely there's no way we're heading into a recession. But again, I think this is just similar to the pullback we saw here back at the end of January, or the pullback we saw here back in March. That was again obviously followed by further falling. I think we're just seeing yet another pullback or yet another fake out, and over the next few weeks we're going to continue to see the market crashing and following my downward trending line. Obviously last week we got a bit overextended, falling below my line. Now we've had a slight pullback upwards, and again I expect over the next few weeks this market to continue falling and following this downward trending line back to around the 300 mark potentially. But guys, be sure to leave a comment down below and ding that notification bell, because that way you'll...
Wow. When was this photo taken? That was at least a year ago. Margin calls with the market up. Who knows? So they're going to take profits now and use those profits to finance their future shorts. Oh, by the way, too, I got to find this comment. This was fantastic. I got to find it. Here it is. And then how do I bring that over here? How do I make it so you can see it? That's for me to figure out. Top, I guess. I feel like a boomer here. No offense. How do I get that photo? I know that photo's on my computer. Where's it at? Here you go. Unusual wallstreet. Bill Gates has a short position against Tesla that would now need between $1.5 and $2 billion to close out, Elon Musk said in a series of tweets. Elon Musk just digging his grave deeper. and then this guy, whoever this is, Gerst Trades. Irma Gerst. Technically, him shorting the stock is helping Tesla more than buying it would, because you allow other people to buy more shares than exist for cheaper. And then when he does end up buying them back, he will be helping Tesla again. He's not shorting the stock to try and make money. And I thought that this was fantastic and fascinating. And it was also posted at 5:18 a.m. this morning. So I don't know if that's if that was the end of a night or the beginning of a day. But this is that's what I call a hot take. Not shorting it to make money. No. Why would anybody do that? But yeah. All right. Moving on. Well, we have an AMC update from Al. Better check that out. Get him out of the way.
It's Al from Boston. Let's kick it off.
Let's kick it off, baby.
To you about the incoming flood, the incoming wave of bullshit we're going to be seeing here. Let's have a conversation.
We already know. That's why we're talking about you. That's why we're highlighting you on this live stream. What do you think? What do you think we're here for?
All right. New FUD, same as the old FUD. All right. Now that we're getting close to that time.
And coming from a guy whose name is Model 3 Dude, when even Model 3 Dude admits that Elon Musk is hanging himself with the rope that he's been given by society. Society gave him a rope 1.5 miles long. And what, ultimately happens. Yeah. Gets tangled up in that shit. And that also reminds me of something else. That reminds me of something else. I have to show this because we've been talking about this executive order thing. And I said, you know, you have a correlation and a causation problem there. But this guy here, TylerVigan.com, he wrote a book about this. And so we can see here the United States spending on science, space, and technology correlates with suicides by hanging, strangulation, and suffocation. And you can see this graph here. Look, the data, it's almost exactly correlated. How do you explain that? How do you explain that? I mean, you know, number of people who drowned by falling into a pool, okay, correlates with the number of films that Nicolas Cage appeared in. Look, I'm not making this up. This right here. It's just the data right here. This is what the data shows. So what this is saying is if Nicolas Cage appears in more films in a year, more people are going to drown. So please, Nick, stay out of the movies. Per capita cheese consumption correlates with the number of people who died by becoming tangled in their bed sheets. And it's actually, you know, interesting how these lines tangle, kind of have a tangling among themselves, but that's just it's the drugs talking. You know, so moral of that story, watch your cheese consumption. The divorce rate in Maine correlates with the per capita consumption of margarine. Margarine calls. So the divorce rate in Maine correlates with per capita consumption of margarine. And the age of Miss America correlates with murders by steam, hot vapors, and hot objects. Obviously, these things are not related in any way, except that curves are similar, so they correlate. They correlate. Now I'm getting breaking news here. Breaking news that John Wick sniping is back. I need to investigate this. We'll see here if that's actually true. Super Tramp says John Wick sniping back. All right. John Wick sniping. Where are you, my friend? Talking about
Snipers, what's
shit.
good?
Whoa. Talking about other shit. Okay. I miss my AMC family. What's going on? Was he taken hostage? What is going on? Never seen her before. Was he like learning how to, like relearning how to walk after like a spinal injury? That's what this looks like to me. Okay, I'm not going to let this play because, or, you know, I'm going to mute it because I don't want to get slammed for some weird ass copyright infringement there. Just as Chris says, good tune. Back shirtless in a swimming pool. That's what that doesn't that look like? It looks like he's relearning how to walk here after a devastating spinal injury. Like the leave it to me to right there. This right there, yeah. Oh. I'm learning oh, he's got it. Weird. Very, very weird. Ape rehab. Ape therapy. There was no, there was none available. So. Now, is this, does he have another channel? Like, maybe there's, oh, well, but this is, he hasn't uploaded anything there either. But he does have another channel, which I keep saying I'm going to make. But I don't even have time for one, really. But, you know, flexing like they're living the life. And, you know, remember, I'm in Ohio, so I see this, and I'm like, oh, shit. That's amazing. And then Manny's like, yeah, but swimming in the community pool, that isn't really flexing. Saved a drowning bee. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was. And YouTube, could you please stop putting me back to the lowest fucking quality? Well, it wasn't, but have some respect. Okay, anyway. So Super Tramp, I guess you're technically correct. And then we have this. But you know what? Actually, now that I think about this, didn't he challenge the rest of the YouTubers to shut the fuck up about AMC? So maybe, now this is some like ape level conspiracy stuff here. And maybe I'm reading too much into this, which, you know, I know. Never with these people. But what if he's trying to tell us something? What if he actually is? If that's the case, this guy is, if that's it, oh wow. If that's the case, John Wick belongs up here in S. But I'm gonna reserve. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna reserve it for later. But holy shit, that to me would be some next level shit. Like he said, he issued a challenge to these guys. Are AMC YouTubers, are they willing to give AMC a break for making videos until 6/2? What if he comes back on June 2nd or after? It would be like the fucking second coming of Jesus. That would be. Now I've put it out there. Now it probably will, even if, you know. But makes a lot of sense. I bet that's what he's doing. Love it. So, interesting. All right, what do we got going on here? Second channel. I don't have time for one channel, let alone two. But you know, if price goes up when he's quiet, he should stay quiet. Well, you know, I guess we'll find out. Either the price will go down, or he'll start talking. Now, the worst thing that could happen is the price goes down and he comes back and talks, because then our correlation is all thrown off. But, well, I guess at least it's another piece of data. Then we can use that and go forward. But anyway, I think old John Wick sniping is a clever fella, in a different way than Tom James is. Tom Jim. Correlation or causation. Like nauseation with these guys. Okay, moving on. Chris Sane. He's talking about AMC? Holy shit. Now, wait, we're not moving on. What am I thinking? We're not moving on. We're not moving anywhere. Holy shit. See, I got myself all. John Wick got me thinking.
Again, I would advise you to be on your wits' end. Be very, very wide open in terms
Be
of
on your
fucking
wits' end.
perspectives on everything and anything.
English
Your
must not be
eyes
his
open.
first language.
Use your peripheral sighting, see what's going on, see the plays that are happening, and how you should resolve in your mind that you are going to hold. How this is going to
I
work
think we
is like
all
this,
know
right?
what tier
They're going to try to rattle us
Al
in the
belongs
beginning.
in.
They're at their wits' end, right? They're at their wits' end. They're going to be desperate. They're
Wait.
going to do.
He just used that phrase 2 different ways now. He's what? He just told us to be on our wits' end, and then he said
They're at their wits' end, right?
now they said they're at their wits' end. Now which is it, Al? Which one is it? Oh my God!
They're at their wits' end. They're going to be desperate. They're going to do anything and everything to get us out of this.
The only people that are desperate here are the YouTubers that are continuing to push this fraud. Period. They're the desperate ones. They're the ones who are at their wits' end because you all won't keep buying AMC stock. They need AMC stock. Manny, help me out here. They need AMC stock to go up. They need the price to go up now. Okay? And they can only do that. Shit. The only way that they can do that is if you guys buy the stock. So you have to buy the stock so they can, cash out. Buy the stock, but don't sell. While quietly they slip out the back. Just like last time.
Like to sell this, right? They're deeply rattled. So they're going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at us, right? Whatever that may be. Paying off reporters, pandemic shit, everything and anything to get us out of this thing.
Pandemic
right?
Shit.
Look at Ken Griffin when he did that interview, the guilt trip. Do you feel good about taking away people's pensions, teachers' pensions? Do you feel good about that? That will be the next big thing. That will be huge. They will try to guilt retail for destroying America.
Guilt retail. I mean, seriously.
His economy.
Seriously.
Right now, Ken Griffin is paying off all the media right now, trying to shift that narrative.
That sounds like, that right there, that actually sounds like defamation. It sounds like he's just defaming Ken Griffin.
Right? He's also got another team that is working behind the scenes. Do you guys remember a couple months ago, that Korean guy who was the head of the Secret Service, and he hired him, right? Why do you suppose he hired him? Look at how far this guy stretches back to. He's been the Secret Service since the Obama administration. He knows Joe Biden.
There it is.
He knows him. And they're going to make a deal. They're going to try to get something done.
There it is, right there.
And if that happens,
I'm not even commenting on what he's talking about. I need AMC price to go up, like very soon. I'm checking price and it is lower every hour. Check price, lower. I have overinvested by a lot. It is what it is, but I need the price to go up already. Don't we all? Don't we all? Stonks should only go up. Comments should always be turned off. Now listen to this defamation. This is straight up defamation.
he's also got another team that is working.
Go back even further.
That will be the next big thing. That will be huge. They will try to guilt retail for destroying America's economy. Right now,
they will try to guilt retail for destroying America's economy. What in the fuck? Seriously, what is this guy smoking? It's not anything that I've ever smoked before. Shit. Not anything I ever want to touch. Guilt retail for messing up the economy? But then he talked about pandemic shit as if, it's no thing. Brother, you're a fucking shill.
Griffin is paying off all the media right now, trying to shift that narrative, right? He's also got another team that is working behind the scenes. Do you guys remember a couple months ago, that Korean guy who was the head of the Secret Service?
That Korean guy.
And he hired him, right? Why do you suppose he hired him? Look at how far this guy stretches back to. He's been the Secret Service since the Obama administration. He knows Joe Biden. He knows him. And they're going to make a deal. They're going to try to get something done. And if that happens,
I don't know if Al is an American citizen. I don't know if he's a U.S. citizen or not. I have no idea. If he is a citizen, Al, you know, he sounds a lot like, you know, the people that are always spouting all these conspiracy theories about the Democrat, about Joe Biden, about Hunter Biden, about blah, 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 about this, about that. I mean, seriously, it's the same shit. Yeah, new FUD, the same as the old FUD. New grifters, the same as the old fucking grifters. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're an American citizen or not. Who cares? Just spout the same old shit. These idiots will believe it. These stupid Americans will believe it. This is what it's come to. Some random fucking guy from India, wherever the fuck he's from, some random Indian guy can literally come on YouTube and get to a point where he's got people wrapped around their finger. That's the point we're at. Holy shit.
Happens.
What a disgrace.
We, as a
What a
collective
disgrace.
group, shills, haters, everybody, just the regular
We are
investor.
so desperate. These people are so desperate that they're willing to believe a random fucking scammer from India. Think about that. Think about that.
apes, if you will, have to
Oh my
band together, and we have to take this to the next level, because they're going to use these guys. They're going to use the SEC chief. They're going to use Joe Biden, and the outlash has to be substantial. That we cannot be silenced in this manner. Right?
Now,
if they do a press conference, if
This
they
right
do X,
here.
Y, and Z,
see, this is bullshit right here.
if they
Whoa.
start to
Whoa.
even think, even creep about government intervention, you guys should mobilize. Call your senators.
You guys should vote. Listen, look at how he's talking about this, too. Look at how he's talking about this. He's not saying us. We. You guys. You guys should. That is a dead giveaway.
Call your local congressman.
Dead giveaway.
Media,
Dead
all your
giveaway.
family members, get them on social media talking about it. This is the time, because I don't want to hear you complaining afterwards, because you just let it happen, right?
What the
Everybody
fuck,
has
man?
to jump in.
What
Everybody
the
has to
fuck?
jump in on this. This has to be done collectively as a group. Otherwise, we lose our ass. We lose our money.
This is
You
total
understand?
fucking
I cannot
cult
stress that enough.
indoctrination right
You
here.
have to organize. It can't be a mob. I would call on every clown YouTuber that's out there that has a little bit of clout to join me in this venture, because let me tell you something. If this is where we either sink or we swim together, one or the other. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Either we jump in together and go after these people on Wall Street through our voice, our collective
What
voice
the
outside
hell?
of Reddit and Twitter, or we lose. Every social media venue has to be fulfilled. Every phone call, those phone calls that need to be made to your congressman, your senatorman, have to be made. They have to be. It has to get done.
Oh yeah,
Otherwise, they
because that actually always does. That always works. Call your congressman. Call your congressman. That's what they tell. That's what your grandma tells you to do. Well, call your congressman, Scotty. Tell him how you feel. It'll influence him. Yeah, it will. No, it won't. It never influenced him. What this is doing, and he doesn't want you to call your congressman. He doesn't want you to call your congressman. Just keep going.
Think, they're just going to cover the whole thing up. Media has to be called. A mass.
He just said that Ken Griffin was paying the media off. What, are you going to pay more? Well, retail investors, yeah, they should band together, buy more media space than Ken Griffin does. He's literally debunking himself, and that's what happens. That's what happens when you get to this level. I'm working towards it, wrench lady. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Master lists have to be made in order for us to happen. Every celebrity, tweet
In
your
order for us
celebrity
to
friends.
happen.
People like John Stewart. Call everybody and their mother. When that happens,
Call
when there's
John
government
Stewart.
intervention in
Just call him up. Manny, would you please call John Stewart? Would you get John Stewart on the line for us here? Call him up. Just talk to him. Talk to him about what's going on. Hey, John, can you believe what's going on with AMC? Yeah, he did talk about it. What happened? Nothing. AMC price went down, actually. Oh, shit. You know.
This play, they try to fuck us over. You better be ready. You better be ready.
Better
Now,
be ready.
I've already started seeing the clowns talk about
better
the
tweet
glass
Elon.
ceiling price, right? Oh, it can't go past this. It can't go past that. Well, look at Berkshire Hathaway. Look at what about the market capitalization? It'll be at $1 trillion at 1,000. Let me tell you something, you guys. All right. Market capitalization during a short squeeze is dynamic. It's always moving up and down, up and down. It's constantly in flux. It's not a permanent market capitalization. Okay. Berkshire Hathaway has got a lot of assets. It has the potential, because of all its holdings, to have a 400,000 plus stock price. I get it. It's possible, though. It's possible for us to have the same thing. Not for very long, but it's possible. And of course, fear.
And
Fear
of course,
missing out.
Fear of missing out.
Fear of
now we're getting into
fear of the
good
government.
stuff.
Fear of
now we're getting
what
into
could
juicy
happen.
shit.
They will utilize that, right? They will utilize that. I want you to consider something, though. You know, that we're talking about prices and stuff and how high it'll go. Consider this. They spent over a year and a half, you know, spending money on shorting the stock, on marketing, counter-marketing, counterintelligence,
they
spying on us, shills, in the form of market media and everything else, publications. They spent millions upon millions upon millions upon millions to short the stock. Why? Why would they spend all that kind of money? Why would they do that? Don't you think that's bizarre? If the stock is only worth $1,000, $10,000?
What the fuck is he even talking about right now? They're spending all this money to short the stock. Why would they do that? It's only worth $10. This guy is supposedly some kind of financial professional? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me right now? What the fuck?
Right? Does that sound right?
What
all the money
hell?
they spent suppressing it, the FUD, the additional costs, the psychologists, all the data improvements, you know, faster internet, more employees trying to
get there,
bring money together.
To Lou,
they would not fight this hard.
I saw one.
Long.
I was watching one earlier, right before the stream. Was a different guy. It was like, was on Lou's channel, but it was some other fucking bald dude. Yeah, I'll get to those, but Jesus.
If it was just worth 4 figures, right? I said this in my post. Thieves don't break into empty houses. They go break into houses that have plenty of stuff in there, so they can steal from it. Keep that in mind. Right now, I'm dealing with how to determine dark pool volume in conjunction with sell volumes during squeeze to ultimately determine at the end of the day, not during the day, at the end of the day, the price projections that we're still expecting. What we're doing is we're taking dark pool data and we're going to run it through Fidelity and Webull to see how.
I mean, this is what. Okay, great. So this is more shit like what's his name, the abuser of intellect. Let me wow you with something that sounds like it's very erudite and detailed and complicated. We're taking the dark pool data and we're gonna run it blah 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 blah, blah and we're gonna see blah 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 how high this thing can go. That ultimately we're gonna see how rich you're gonna get, how fucking rich you're gonna get, based on the dark pool data, because it's dark. It's dark, and dark pool is bad, but you also use my Webull link and get free stocks. But dark pool is bad. Use a lit market, but make sure to click my Webull link.
People sold, right?
Fucking
I know we can't get TD Bank's data on how many sold, but we can at least kind of get an idea because the majority of the kids are in Fidelity, right? We know that.
What?
We can at least make a projection. Okay, hey, there's X.
Are you fucking kidding me? The majority of people in this shit are in Robinhood. I don't care what the hell the apes say. That's the only brokerage they can get. Robinhood, Webull, low-end app brokerages. Ones that don't check your anything. and get lie on everything and get full options privileges. Yeah, some are infidelity. Some are infidelity, but you know, I would say if I had to guess, most of them are in Webull. I would say Webull because I remember when Webull was hyped. It was like, oh, this is like a pro brokerage. It was before they knew that it was owned by China, or that it was, you know, payment for order. It's before they even knew what payment for order flow was. Are you serious? I mean, you know, it's before dark pool. It was before any of that shit was a problem. It was just back in the days of free trading, commission-free trading.
Amount of millions of dollars being spent in or sold through Fidelity. We can say, okay, here's a determination that's going to be worth this much. It's going to be worth that much. We have a way of doing that using the Monte Carlo simulation.
No, you don't.
Right? But I need somebody.
No, you don't.
And if you're watching this and if you know how to use dark pool data, like on starkgrid.io, reach out to me on Twitter or wherever. Or
that's how I know that this guy's full of shit. You know, anybody knows how to use the dark pool data like that's on stockgrid.io? What the fuck? Why would you say that?
Messenger or something or email and let me know, because I need somebody
a fucking amateur
to help me do this dark pool volume. Right? Somebody that knows how it works. He's got a real strong command.
Yeah, because you don't know how it works. Oh my god. Oh my god. Somebody who knows how it works, please get in touch with me.
So we can determine how we look every day at the course of the business.
Oh
right?
my god.
Every day at 8 o'clock, I'll try to release a video with the new data. I'll put it up on Twitter or wherever. That way you see how much was sold.
Oh my god.
Comparative to how many apes. How many shares were sold. It went through
how many
dark
apes
pool,
were
and
sold.
the price was affected this much, and so on and so forth. Right? That's what I'm looking to do.
All
I
right.
need some help. Anyone that's got a statistic background, dark pool background.
Anybody who's traded on the
dark pool data that knows how to interpret it and go from there. All right, that's all I have to say about that. And
why the fuck?
The last bit of information is this.
What happened there?
And the dark pool
weird.
data that knows how to interpret it and go from there. All right, that's all I have to say about that. And COVID. The last bit of information is this, right?
What?
This is their biggest weapons: fear, time, and government. I've covered fear. You know they're going to try to scare you into selling. I've covered government. You know what to do if the government intervenes. Now let's talk about time.
Whoa! We know what to do if the government intervenes. I told you what to do about the government.
Something loose.
You can load up on precious metals, boy.
Said on the call the other day, made sense to me. The wheel of death, right? How you'll have to place your order a couple of times.
Jacket.
More than likely, that's true, right? More than likely, that's true. They're going to try to screw you out of the price. But if the price is high enough and it just keeps climbing, it'll get to what's called the natural supply and demand curve, right? Now, I talked to you guys about this a while back. What it basically
supply and demand curve? What the fuck? What the fuck? He's gonna justify the squeeze with supply and demand. Oh my god. Here we go.
The supply and demand curve, when it ultimately reaches a certain price, we're talking about, you know, whether it be 100,000, 250,000, whatever, it rests right here.
Let's paste that in.
I'm going to show you guys something. This is very, very interesting. I'm just
very interesting. It's basic fucking economics. Learn this shit in high school.
I want to show you this, right?
If you're in India, you probably learn it in fucking fourth grade.
I'm sorry, this is the price index, right? Here we go. This is how we determine the price of a stock, the buy and sell, right? Get the bid, get the offer.
What?
At one point or another, if nobody sells in a perfect environment, a perfect setting, right? Let's say nobody sells.
Nobody sells.
And it reaches its max potential. And, you know, whatever that price may be, it settles somewhere. And that natural, you know, what I call the respiratory pause, and if you're a shooter,
the respiratory pause
is right there, that moment. And then
at this point, yeah, a respiratory pause. Fuck me, I can't even figure out how to say what I'm trying to say.
If the cells are increased, the price goes down. If the cells
so ridiculous.
Remain stagnant, it just keeps kind of climbing and a little bit more, but it's smaller. It's not like huge rips. Smaller green candles, it goes up, right? we need to get
This is
to
the
there.
best supply and demand
Right? That's what we
explanation
need to
I've
get.
ever heard.
We need to get to that natural moment where the supply and demand curve finally levels off, and the equilibrium, the perfect price, is sought and found. That's the big thing, the equilibrium. If you don't believe me, or if you're watching this, you're just some asshole that's just shilling on my page.
Present. I'm here. I'm just some
For
asshole.
whatever reason, go find out what equilibrium is. Go find out. Read about it. Get a good firm understanding of what an equilibrium price is.
God.
And then it'll make sense to you.
I
And
feel
then
like I'm
maybe,
back in
just
junior high
fucking
school
maybe,
listening to this
you'll
guy.
open your
Holy
eyes
shit.
to the obvious. All right. We need to get to the equilibrium price. That
Go
is how
back
you
to fucking
determine
Dubai.
everything else.
Where the fuck
then
you're
it's
from.
just anything you can do. Anything you want, you can do it. All right.
What?
So that's all I have to say about that. I hope you found value in this video. Finally, I want to just say happy Memorial Day for all those families and the soldiers.
Blah 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 blah. Let me manipulate your emotions from fucking Memorial Day. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Okay. You know what? He's a good guy. He's a good guy because he said something nice about Memorial Day. I'm gonna go buy some stock because of that. Holy shit. Okay. Well. You know, I have to say that was absolutely fucking horrendous. And yeah, let's see.
I hope you found value in this video. Finally, I want to just say happy
Veterans Day. Yeah, happy Veterans Day. That's what he said.
Value in this video. Finally, I want to just say happy Memorial Day.
Happy Veterans Day. I'm thinking about some buttered noodles right now. Happy Memorial Day. Happy Butter Noodle Day. Pfft, what an idiot. This guy sucks. Alright. I think it's clear. This is clear. Al is top tier. He's fucking superior. Who's gonna fight me on that? Who wants to change my mind? Who wants to give me the old what's his name? What is that guy's name? The change my mind guy. Whatever, he's an idiot. Yeah. I never do. I never knew anything about that. I always saw the meme. And then I finally found out who it came from, and I was like, Steven Crowder, that's it. Crowder. Louder with Crowder. One of these right-wing assholes. You know, would go to a college campus and set up a table, you know, and like debate students about like you know, the Second Amendment or some shit like that. Anyway, who wants to Steven Crowder dispute that Al from Boston's top fucking tier. I don't, you know, it doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get any worse than that. It doesn't get any scammier than that. You know, everything about that guy is just like top tier scam, slime, sludge. Ugh, God, I feel like I need to take a shower now. And I did before the stream because I knew I was going to feel like this. But anyway. God, you know, just the ultimate just bullshit. Whatever. But yeah, thanks Al for that. You've earned your place. You have definitely earned it. Kudos to you. All right, moving on. So now the misinformed investor, the masked idiot. He's been messing with my emotions lately, I have to say, because you know, it was like Mask Off Tuesday. Remember last week? For this past week, I even did a special Tuesday night live stream because I thought he was going to take his mask off. And I said, I'm not going to look at it all day. I'm going to, you know, do a live stream and I'll look at it then. Come home, you know, come to find out, no, he doesn't take his fucking mask off. No, he doesn't. He does not take his mask off. Also, 6 or so hours ago, somewhere, unless it's gone, now it's gone. Goodbye, I'm out. Goodbye, I'm out. The Masked Investor. Goodbye. See ya. Bye, bitch. Bye, Felicia. I'm out. I'm out. Right? And I'm like, whew, that's good. Woohoo, we're done with that one. But then, this little fucking manipulator, 4 hours ago, he's back with breakout predictions. So let's hear his breakout predictions, shall we? Breakout predictions. Fuck your intro.
No one cared who I was until I
took my mask off.
extremely painful.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy TMI. I am the Masked Investor. Thank you guys very much for tuning in right now. No matter what time it is, no matter where you guys are, I do appreciate you guys for being here now. Obviously, I'm looking at a picture of myself. That's not me. I'm traveling right now. I'm currently on the road. I'll be back set up and ready to go for Mask Off Tuesday, and we're back after the long weekend. Also, happy
Yeah,
Memorial
right. That's what you said last fucking week.
Day to everybody out there. I do
believe
have
it when I see
a few
it.
different things to break down today. Kind of give you guys a quick update of what there is to really look forward to this week coming up.
All right. We already have suggestions coming in. Supposedly he did his last mask show. Yeah, I thought that was supposed to be last week. I thought that was supposed to be last Monday. And then on Tuesday it was like last Tuesday with a mask. Like, what? That's not what you said before. Fucking rug puller. TMI second tier. Model 3 dude called Rambo.
Do not think that we are going to the moon at this time. I do think that there's an opportunity here to really study the movement, to really understand what makes us break out, to really understand how to potentially capitalize off of some very lucrative options. But I do want to preface this by saying, be responsible in any decision.
I wonder if it's going to be like last time when he's like, yeah, a little IV crush never hurt anybody. Little ivory crush never hurt anybody.
You guys make this, of course, it's not.
That was like when he was out walking around in the fucking vineyard. Remember that? He was walking around in a random vineyard. Like, and that, I think that was when I noticed that he wasn't wearing his wedding band. And Tony DeNaro, you want to talk about Tony DeNaro? He gave me shit. He gave me shit for noticing the TMI wasn't wearing his wedding band. Tony did. He gave me shit about that. It's like, dude, I noticed the details, okay? That's a detail that I noticed. Now, whether it means anything or not, who knows? But he was wearing a wedding band at the Kansas 5 meeting last year. He was wearing a wedding band. Go back and look. And he was wearing it in other videos after that. Then he stopped wearing it. I think this motherfucker got divorced. That's what I speculated. But the ring being there and then not being there ever again, that's not speculation. That happened.
Advice. Just my opinion and my breakdown of what I've been trying to tell people for the last week. Looking back at some of the videos.
Remember, also, he moved too. He changed. He was in a different room. So, and then there was that weird incident when he was at a hotel with somebody. And I think that he saw somebody changing clothes and he wasn't supposed to see. Maybe his ex. I don't know. It was weird. He was like, I'm not looking. I'm not looking. It wasn't me. I'm not looking. It was very odd. It was very odd. I did a video on that from way back when. I might actually have a copy of that video, but you could see a reflection of somebody in his glasses. It was really bizarre. Really, really bizarre. Anyway, sorry, Tony. I noticed details, okay? I noticed details.
You can kind of get in on some option plays to really get yourself, in the profit zone for a long period of time. And this is another crack at it, right? So let's just see if this, then that, what happens on Tuesday, how we react to the beautiful week that we had. And I guess what we have to look forward to going into June, which I think would be a very interesting time with GME having their stock split vote basically coming up, and AMC having their meeting coming up. It's just a very...
My friend, it's an authorization for more shares. That's all that you're voting on. But if you want to tell yourself that you're voting on a stock split, go for it. Go
Interesting
for it.
time for a lot of things, and
But
also
read the documents.
a little
It's not
discussion
what it
about
says.
the executive order around the corner as well. So, without any further ado, guys, in return for this information, education, if not simply just entertainment, guys, smash that like button, engage with the video, help spread the word, and let's kick things off really quickly with Gasparino and the statements he made on May 24th, right before AMC and Jimmy outperformed the market for back-to-back days, and AMC ran up 17%.
Right before AMC outperformed the market.
17.9, almost 18, almost 18. By the way, I did say AMC's height was gonna be $15 this week, and we got to $14.90 something in the after hours. So I mean, I'm just saying. All right, let's get to it.
There's this whole phenomenon
we're running
of
really
retail
slow here.
trading
It's gonna take
that
all
is
night.
all invested in some of the most risky stocks, including a company called AMC. Now, this is fascinating. We should put up a one-year chart of AMC. Last year, this time, AMC was trading intraday. I think it hit an intraday high of around $77.
Yeah, oh God.
Right? Okay, now look at it now. Okay, we are talking about, that's an intraday. We should get a 1 year chart. Is that a 1 year chart? I can't tell.
No, intraday.
We should get a 1 year chart of
I can't tell.
This tells the story.
There you go.
And it is really remarkable that this thing traded as high as nearly 77, and people, even some journalists, when it was at 77, we're talking about this thing going to 1,000.
Oh my God, I didn't remember when it was.
I remember
1,000?
people talking about, well, it'll be great to see it go to 1,000 for short squeezes, and it was really a remarkable stock pump that I've never seen, and it turned out to be maybe the worst trade of the year has been the long stock pump thesis of AMC going to be between 100 and 1,000. Maybe the worst of the year, maybe of all time.
All time.
Okay.
Probably of all
something
time.
that the average investor has to worry about. There's a lot of promoters out there. People talk about short sellers all the time, Jackie. How evil and bad they are.
Yeah, they're horrible humans.
Okay, yeah. Let's remember, the real problem in the market has not been short selling. The real problem in the market
Sounds like somebody's snoring.
Stocks,
Yeah.
whether it's penny stocks or any of this other garbage, including these meme stocks, which if you had half a brain,
What in the
when it
hell
traded
am I
at
hearing?
77, you saw that AMC was still losing money, and even though we had all these vaccines, yeah, it might be a little time to take some off the table and not worry about whether it goes to 1,000.
Absolutely amazing how that happened. $10.44 all the way up to $14.39.
I swear to God, I heard somebody
$14.43,
snoring
sorry.
in the background. I'm also wearing headphones, so I can hear like every little fucking thing. But how odd. How odd.
So we've basically ran up about 40% since his words of the worst investment. Now, the overall market has not run up like that, right? AMC has basically been witnessing here a little bit of a double bottom here, which I don't mind, to be honest. It's not quite as clean as you'd like to see it, but it very well could be a double bottom. Now, I want to let you guys know, do we potentially have a little bit of more downside coming up? We very well could. Okay, we've had
it's never going to go down again.
We have had times where we've broken through the 13. We have had time.
I think that they're horrible people. She did actually say that. I think she was they were talking about the way that the apes portrayed short sellers, right? I'm not going to go back and rehash that, but I'm pretty sure that, Gasparino was saying that, that they were talking about the short sellers and how, and then she was like, oh yeah, they're terrible people or whatever. I think it was in that context. Okay. Well, thanks for leaving the stream on. Hope for Generation. While you fall asleep, appreciate that. It helps in numbers. And yeah, we'll never. Please don't revisit. Okay, we won't. Yeah, no problem. But I'm just gonna go ahead, because it is fascinating how terrible he is at pretty much everything. But I'm gonna go ahead and put him. Where is he? Here, Mask Gang Monday. I'm gonna put him here in B. I'm gonna put him in B. I'm just gonna go ahead and make that decision. There he is. I don't know how people feel about that. But that's where he's going for now. and listen to a little bit more of this nonsense.
Times we've broken through the 48 and we haven't quite run, but we are heading towards potentially seeing a 1348 cross on
1348 cross. Uh-oh. I mean, he certainly is lagging in behind in terms of video quality. This isn't even a live stream. This is a recorded, produced video. The highest quality available is 720p. So I'm even doing 1080. And if you knew what I was using to do these streams and edit my videos on, you would probably be amazed. It really is a testament to, how good, like, Intel 4th generation i5 chips are. Let me tell you. 4th generation i5 right here in the house. But anyway, 720.
More specifically, guys, it's a very bullish time in the market for several different small to mid cap stocks. On this weekend, we had BlackBerry, Bed Bath & Beyond, Best Buy, AMC, GME, we had BBIG, we had ATER, KOSS.
He's
all the
so
typical
far
NOK,
off.
Nokia, all the typical meme stocks were back at it again, and it was lovely to see. But what does this mean for AMC and GME specifically? Let's get into it. Okay, so stock tracker, guys. We had over 69,685 contracts expire in the money. There is very well potentially going to be a little bit of a run next week simply based off of that T+2 data coming in, okay, which means there could be some FTDs going to find those shares.
Go fuck yourself with your FTDs.
This could mean that we could see
T+2,
a very, very, very
gamma
bullish run
squeeze,
followed up by a very, very, very quick and dramatic drop. Please keep that in mind. We have been running along with the market as well. I'm going to break down the short data, and then I'm going to break through the market and just show you guys how we've been running in comparison so you guys can see several indications
short data
to prepare yourself for a little bit of a bumpy road or a little bit of a run or a little bit of a dramatic drop like we saw the last time around, which was early March, okay? Take a look at this. AMC right now, guys, as of Friday, up 2.4% for the short interest. The current short interest was sitting
how
at
could
190.
how would this even make any sense to take this ortex data for face value? Return shares 453,000. They want you to think this is what they want you to think because this is the way they present it. On Friday, they want you to think that 450,000 shares were returned. That 450,000 short positions were covered. / closed. It's the same damn thing. There is no difference. No difference. Unless you're one of these hardcore Reddit apes. Then they've literally invented something where you can cover your short but not close it. But anyway, let me start on those Reddit apes. So, the return shares data, it is delayed by 2 days because Ortex can't get the data on what the brokers and such have available to lend until the shares have been returned to the lenders. And the shares get returned when the short seller buys a share to cover it, right? They sold it before, now they're buying it back. So once they buy it, it gets processed, settled, and then the share gets returned. And then Ortex will tell you, oh, hey, look, we have 4 million more returned. But the problem is, when you look at the price chart of AMC, wherever it is, you look at a price chart of AMC and you see on Friday, like, okay, here's the chart from Friday. Clearly there's short covering happening here. So you see the effects of it reflected in the intraday chart. But then when you go over to Ortex, you see, oh, they only returned 450,000 shares. Oh, they actually borrowed more shares? It doesn't seem to jive. How in the hell did they borrow? How in the hell were there more shares borrowed and potentially shorted than returned when the price went like that? Doesn't make sense. Well, yeah, it doesn't make sense because the ortex data is not real time. It's not live in that sense. So none, zero of these YouTubers have ever pointed that out. They continue misrepresenting it. And I blame Ortex too. Absolutely. Ortex is very much to blame for this misunderstanding and ignorance about this. But this data is not live. If shares are covered and returned, you're not going to know about it until the next 2 days. T+2, period. And what else can you say? You see the chart, you see all this buying, come over to Ortex, and it's telling you that, wow, they borrowed so many shares. Clearly the shorts haven't covered. That's how you get to the shorts haven't covered. That's how you get to the shorts haven't covered.
8.89 million.
You have to be curious.
We've seen AMC.
You have to be curious.
The current short enters a free float 23.26. Also high. Shares on loan 173.61. We're talking about all-time highs. Days to covers up 7.85%. We've been running, and the volume hasn't even been too crazy. Right now, the average days of volume for AMC, it would take shorts an estimate of 3.4 days to cover. Do you know how long 3.48 days of covering would be with this kind of bullish momentum coming after a long weekend? Now, obviously, the volume would jump substantially if this thing starts running. It would be ridiculous. But nonetheless, people, if retail investors aren't selling their shares and the turnover rate isn't really showing that they are, it's not going to be 3 days.
Hold out for the VIX.
It's going to be a long freaking time. But let's keep it going right now. That's just speculative.
Yeah, you know what?
Cost to borrow
That's
is
a good point, actually.
39%. A 39% increase with the cost of borrow, meaning that somebody's basically saying, hey, whatever it costed you yesterday to borrow these shares to short, it's looking a little crazy for you guys out there. So we're going to have to charge you guys a little bit more because we know exactly what's going on out here, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's it.
Take a look at GME. They're also just...
All right. Goodbye, fried rice. Hello, fried chicken. All right, that's enough of that. That's enough, Tiger. Settle down, Tiger. So we got TMI in a solid B, solid B tier. Yeah, okay, that works. That works for me. But that's a good point though, Lynn. Benji, I don't have Benji on the he's not on the Hall of Grifters. He is not. He should be. He doesn't really. He would be on the the more irrelevant side, the minor side, the right side over here. On this view, these are the minor figures in this play, but major ones on the left. But last year he had a lot more play. Last year Benji was more relevant. He's not so much anymore. A lot of the Florida Ape influencers, it's kind of funny. A lot of the Florida influencers really have kind of fallen off. And they really have. Review Dork, Astro, Benji, John Wick, and probably others from Florida too. You're already in Florida, I guess. You don't. What do you need AMC for? You're already living in paradise, right? Paradise. Now, somebody meant. Oh, look at this! It's so perfect. It's so perfect. What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on, guys? Ah! Muted. I'm like, where is he?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to
What's
another
going
video.
on, guys?
In this video, I've got another very important AMC update to bring all of you this evening. So what we're going to be talking about in this update is a little bit of the price action that we saw this week, because honestly, it was absolutely crazy. It was
absolutely crazy. Short the VIX is another laggard when it comes to video quality. 720. 720 is all you got. But you know what? Why would you need more than 720? I mean, that's already a lot. So here we go. Here we go. Here, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. So if AMC squeezes, where will you fit in on the ranking? You will be number 1. Well, I guess you got me. I guess you got me. I guess I will be number 1. Huh. Okay. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Because there's a little word in here called if. If. If.
What we wanted to see after those weeks of significant red. I think a lot of people are feeling pretty good right now, especially going into the long weekend and coming back into the trading week next week. But we also have to talk about these absolutely crazy short interest numbers that we're seeing on AMC, the cost to borrow, shares on loan, the estimated short interest, shares estimated to be sold short with not only AMC, but also GME as well. In addition to this, we're also seeing some crazy box office numbers already coming out from Top Gun Maverick and the potential for a very significant game.
Oh, I was gonna pause it and say I knew what he was gonna say. I knew what he was gonna say. You can tell. You can tell. I could feel the energy. I could feel the blood swelling to his. I don't know.
Me as well.
He's
in addition to this, we're also seeing some crazy box office numbers already coming out from Top Gun Maverick and the potential for
right there. You can tell. He just got a fucking boner.
A very significant gamma squeeze coming in the near future, which we are going to be breaking down. And a key note for you guys, if you are going to be trading options during these potentially super volatile times going forward. So before we get into all of that information,
oh my God. Short the VIX. This guy has been on my shit list for a long time. He was one of the first grifters, you know, that really kind of like opened my eyes to what was going on. Not with AMC, but with these grifters.
Interested in learning more, getting all of those private live streams, and really taking control of your own financial situation, make sure to check out that link down below to get all of those alerts, all of the trading algorithms, and everything else that we are offering you guys. So AMC closed the day on Friday up 18 basically percent, 17.99, $2.20, $14.43 was the closing.
He's fucking cut it off. Why would you cut off your oh my God. Shit. Oh, hang on, guys. Hang on. I'm sorry. I got to do something here. Hang on. Let me just do this. Let me just do this. There we go. Oh, there we go. All right, let's go. Let's continue.
Price a little bit green in the after hours, up another 1.25% at $14.61. Now, there are a couple of key things that we're looking for on some of these longer time frames over here. Remember, we've been talking about these 1348 crossovers on the 4-hour time frame for a very long time. Now, what we're specifically looking for now, after we see this crossover, is some of these closing candles and price action above this 200 EMA to really give us an understanding that the trend is going to be back up and we're not going to just get knocked right back down. Now, the reason why we're looking at this here is because look at exactly what happened the last time and how AMC moves around the 200 EMA and with these crossovers. This one, I think, is
perfect. He's fucking debunking it. He's doing the work for me right here.
Very important illustration of what we do not want to happen. This crossover right here comes up to the 200 EMA, gets knocked right back down, comes up again.
It doesn't even matter if it does crossover,
so that's why I've been waiting to kind of buy some of these options until we see that type of price action. So when we're looking at the previous time, though,
if it doesn't cross over, you get this. You get this bullshit all day long. If it does cross over, great. But then you get this bullshit and it comes back down. So it's just a matter of, you know, how long are you going to be hard? How long are you going to keep that boner? Is it going to be a shorty, you know, just a little? Or is it going to be, you know, kind of a longer term deal? That's the only question here.
When we ended up getting those closing candles above the 200 EMA here, we went from about $18 to $34 on the halt day. Now, I think a lot of you guys are really starting to take specifically options a lot more seriously. And I want to kind of give you guys a little bit of a note before we go into what we're going to see with these potential really, really aggressive price moves. I personally want to kind of warn you guys against trying to diamond hand options. Options can expire completely worthless no matter how green they are at any given time. You could.
I love too how, you know, there's no strategy. It's just buy calls, buy puts. That's options. No, there are dozens of other ways that you can use options. Strategies, you know, and really buying calls, buying puts is the riskiest in the sense that you can easily lose 100% of your investment. And most of the time people do. That's the reality. It is very much like buying a bunch of lottery tickets in that sense, because you will never get that money back. If once you pay premium, you will never get that back. Especially if the damn thing doesn't go your way. Which, if it's a binary choice, is it going to go this way or that way? And you're wrong, you lose. That's kind of hard in this market because let's face it, you know, this shit doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. I'm not going to sit here and say that it does and that I know what's going to happen. We can look at the indicators, we can look at the data, and we can actually look at the data that these grifters themselves present and actually look at it. Actually look at it. And read it and look at the details. Like, is TMI wearing a ring? He was wearing a ring before. Where's his ring? You have to notice those details. Now, obviously not the ring. It's not about the ring. Okay, Tony? It's not about the ring. But it's about actually paying attention. It's about paying attention. So,
always have the price come back down below the strike that you're buying, and that contract is then worthless. We like to talk about the make it free strategy all of the time, where let's just say, for example, your position is up 100% in an options trade. You can sell half your position, get your initial investment back, and continue to ride the trade risk-free, basically pertaining to that initial investment. So keep those things in mind going into some of this crazy price action that we are probably going to see over the next couple of weeks. But let's get into this Ortex update over here and the box office numbers we're seeing for Top Gun and the potential for a massive gamma squeeze. So when we're looking at the Ortex data here for AMC, we have a minimum now cost of...
Just wait until Tuesday. That's all I gotta say. Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know if maybe it'll be Tuesday because of the holiday. Maybe it'll be Wednesday. But you know, you're gonna see this return shares explode. By the way, too, you know, we can look at Ortex guy, Ortex man, fat man. Fat man, you don't know what you're talking about, fat man. So, let's see here. You know, looking at the last few days here. So I guess we could look at Friday, but see, Friday, you would get the numbers for Wednesday. Wednesday, you would get the numbers for Monday. We need to see the numbers for Friday, so we won't be able to see it until next week, essentially. All right.
To borrow of 3.34%. Just a couple of weeks ago, we weren't even seeing the maximum cost to borrow at over 3%. Now, on AMC, the maximum is 14.91%. The average is 12.79%, which what we've talked about is it's not necessarily going to force a lot of these shorts out that are already in their position. If they were shorting it from a higher level, they can probably afford to pay some of these cost of borrows, unless they get really aggressive like we're seeing with GME, which we're going to take a look at. But what it does do is deter people from entering into new short positions. Because if you're already going to enter at a higher cost to borrow, why do it if the cost to borrow and the trend of the price action is starting to come back up? It wouldn't make so much sense to do that. So our buy orders that are going to be coming in are going to have a little bit more of an effect, because there could potentially be less selling volume or shorting volume coming in.
Massive scam.
As this cost to borrow is deterring people.
A massive scam.
23.26% estimated short interest, 173.61 million shares on loan, which is an all-time high, and keynote here, almost 120 million shares that are sold short at the current time. That's insane. Now, GameStop over here, 26.5% shorted, 261% max cost to borrow, 166% on the average. Crazy data over here as well. Now, briefly, I do want to touch a little bit on some of these box office numbers before talking about this gamma squeeze that we are looking at that is actually shaping up very similarly to what we were seeing last year at around this time. Top Gun Maverick still taking breath away with a record 150 million Memorial Day opening, best ever for Tom Cruise. Now, a lot of people were asking us in the stream, well, are these box office numbers and the revenue numbers that we're going to be seeing from Top Gun going to be a catalyst for these movie theater stocks, specifically AMC, to trend back to the upside? In my opinion, it's going to be a little bit of a weak catalyst. We could end up seeing a run. Is it going to be due to these box office numbers? In my opinion, not necessarily. I think these box office numbers...
Then why did you hype the box office numbers so much before then? You know, seriously. Now you're saying it's not. Before you said it was. Oh, it's... Look at these box office numbers, guys. Because when everything else was shitty, and that was the only positive thing that you could find, the fact that which is really centers around one fact: the fact that movie theaters are open now. That's why the box office numbers are so smashing. Okay, because the theaters are actually open this year. Wow. I mean, amazing. Give me a break.
What they're really going to do is serve to really boost up earnings once we get to that time again. I think that's going to be something that we need to see. And
he's already talking about the next earnings cycle. Look at that. He's already trying to get you ready. You, figuratively, not you guys, but he's already trying to get you ready to be holding this thing through the next earnings, because he knows that there's not going to be a fucking squeeze. He's admitted it 2 or 3 times in this video already. In his video, he has shown, I believe, that he does not believe that there will be a squeeze. And, you know, people who are actually perceptive can pick up on those things. Yeah.
Having these expectations that we're going to be having all of these awesome movies coming out, generating a lot of revenue, is a very, very, very good thing to see. So even if it doesn't necessarily cause us to have a little bit of a boost up in price action over the next coming weeks, it's still going to kind of filter into the earnings report and benefit us there anyway. Now, let's talk about this situation with the gamma squeeze right now, because a lot of people have been kind of asking about this. Is there potential for a gamma? What are we looking at? So
is there potential for a gamma? I'm a little bitchy teenager. God, I feel fucking sorry for his parents, even though I know it's his parents' fault that this motherfucker is even in existence. He should have been running down his mother's back. He should have been a fucking, splat on her face. You know, she should have just swallowed it instead. Oh my God.
In the money.
What an idiot.
Last week on AMC, there were about 70,000 call contracts. There were only 4,800 put contracts, though, and we were well above max pain. Remember, we like to view max pain as a range in which if we're high enough above max pain, these big institutions, market makers, will start delta hedging these options that they're selling in order to really maintain that directionally neutral.
No, they won't. No, they won't. I guess if you don't, if you think that they're that stupid, if you think that they will literally get themselves fucked like that, fine, I guess. But that's not how it works. Why hasn't there been a goddamn gamma squeeze since the first time it happened? Well, it's because, unlike the apes, okay, other people that are in the market participants, other participants in the market, they change what they're doing based on what happens, okay? So, and this is not really that amazing of a thing, but apparently it is, because the apes think, oh wow, they're just gonna, They're just gluttons for pain and punishment. Wall Street. They just love to fuck themselves. More and more, deeper and deeper, harder and harder. That's what they think. And like the irony is, well,
neutral status by going out and buying shares and providing that buying pressure coming back into the stock. Now, what we're really looking for here is this June expiration date. We only have 14,000 call contracts in the money right now and 87,000 put contracts. And remember what the price of AMC is at right now? $14.43. I mean, it is very similar in terms of price levels that we were seeing last year, but that's not really the main point here. If we are able to get a lot of these put contracts out of the money, meaning unhedging will occur, buying to close these short-term shorts that these institutions are putting on in order to hedge these contracts that they are selling, puts out of the money, 217,000 call contracts going in the money, which that would happen if we ran through the chain. But again, there's going to be a lot of people trading a lot of these options. So these numbers are going to increase. The potential for this event to happen is pretty high right now, in my opinion, in terms of getting a lot of these options in the money.
So right here it is. This is classic short the VIX manipulation. He is misrepresenting the option chain. He's misrepresenting the reality of the situation. He's saying that there will be a gamma squeeze because of this reason, this reason, this reason, and that has the effect, if you're uninformed, it has the effect of causing people to buy AMC stock or options. And this is wrong. 100% wrong. Okay? 100% wrong. And unfortunately, people have they've gotten themselves screwed this way. They probably shouldn't have been able to be put in the position to be screwed that way. In other words, they probably shouldn't have been able to trade options in the first place. But I also understand everybody's new and you have to start somewhere. So I'm not like saying, oh yeah, and there needs to be hard, account balance limits or something like that. But also, with small accounts, it's more likely that you're going to lose money than make money on options. But it is possible to make money on options. So it's hard to make a clear determination of why or how anything like that. But nonetheless, what he's saying is wrong. Okay, it's factually incorrect. It has no basis in reality. And he's been saying it for a year. He's been saying it for a year. He's going to continue saying it until either somebody shuts him down or something happens, or I don't know.
Money and the puts out of the money in order to see those aggressive moves to the upside. Now, taking
it's the same shit over and over and over.
To look specifically at the options chain to give us a little understanding of what we're looking at in terms of price levels.
Yeah, let's see that.
You can kind of see here that the volume at the money in the money strikes is pretty solid for a couple of weeks out. There's 4,900 in open interest at the $14 strike, meaning that's how many contracts are being held. About 10,000 at 15, 5,000 at 16. Scrolling out a little bit further, 25,000 at 20. So we do have some key price levels that we need to look out for on the call side. Mainly cracking above 20 would be a key level, getting all these call contracts right here in the money, and switching over here, these put contracts out of the money. So 20 is going to be that little battle zone that we're really going to need to keep a lookout for going over the next couple of weeks. Because with the amount of short interest that we have on AMC right now in GME, if we start to see that bear market rally that we were talking about, and AMC does something very similar to what we were seeing it do back here when we saw this initial run, in my opinion, it's going to be very, very hard for them to stop this like they did on the halt, just because of the amount of
we looked at it before. The halt was actually on the downside, so quit misrepresenting reality again.
Short covering that we are going to be seeing. It's going to be a lot more than we were seeing previously.
This guy sucks.
So I hope you guys are excited. We have a lot of good things to look forward to, but that is going to wrap up this update on AMC. If you
all right. Short the VIX sucks. I put him on the B tier. Right next to TMI. They're cut from the same cloth. They're kids. They don't know what they're talking about. Really shouldn't be talking about this shit. Let the adults talk about it. Okay, who's next? Finance news. Fuck me. Oh my god. It's been forever.
What's up, Ape Nation?
Oh, it's Clay. Oh, Clay. Faceless Clay. Faceless Clay. Let's see. Yeah, represented by this faceless figure here. There he is. That's Clay right here. Hello, my name is Clay. I'm a scammer. Okay, let's see what Clay has to say today.
From Finance News here, thank you so much for joining us today and for your support. I'm back with a crazy AMC update. With Executive Order 14032 a mere few days away,
here we go.
We can be sure that AMC is about to run. Be sure to stick around, but before I get into it, click that thumbs up button and subscribe to the
channel.
Okay,
Get
guys, I have some exciting news. For the month of May, our sponsor Moomoo is giving away one free stock worth up to $3,500 for just opening an account. No deposit required of money. I love Moomoo, guys. They offer 24/7 customer.
I love Moomoo.
Wanted to let you
How
know
long
about
is this promotional fucking segment? Oh my god.
Is in the description.
So it was literally a minute before he actually talks about something.
Guys, check this out. Stalingrad and Porsky tweets, New York Fed stuns with new report. At year-end, its trading desk owned 38% of all 10 to 30-year U.S.
Now, you would think that, my eyes want to go to the top and look and see. And then he's like, Stalingrad and Porsky. Well, it's down here. Okay? So that's retarded already. Yeah,
US
fuck
Treasury.
Moomoo. Fuck Moomoo. They are a payment for order flow. I don't care what anybody says. You can go find that. I've shown it many times. If you don't think that they're payment for order flow, you are, kidding yourself. You are drinking the Tang. You have drunk the Tang. Quit drinking the Tang.
Treasuries. And we see this tweet from that guy. Balance sheet. 2007, $924 billion. 2022, $8+ trillion. Recession imminent. Prepare for it. As the world braces for a recession on the back of the COVID-19 pandemic, some concerning news has come out of the Federal Reserve showing just how bad the situation is. Over the past 15 years, the Fed's balance sheet has grown at an astronomical rate, moving up over 800% in a relatively short period of time. Much of this has to do with the quantitative easing that they have adopted after 2008 in order to prop up Wall Street. However, as inflation soared past 8%, they have been forced to start to offload this balance and hike interest rates. All of this is bad news for the hedge funds who have relied on the Fed to prop up the market for a decade and a half. Given that the Fed will not be there to bail them.
Well, that's a bit disingenuous. That's a bit of a disingenuous statement. That it only affects the hedge funds. He's implying that it only affects the hedge funds. That the increased liquidity, low cost, the extra money, all the cheap, easy money, no, not really true. But
out this time around, chances are things are going to get much worse before they get better. And with the hedge funds running out of ways to defend themselves, they've turned to desperation. Donahue George tweets, Fidelity has been routing 24.63% of buy orders through Citadel.
This guy, I think he has more failed lawsuits than anybody I know. It's funny if you go look him up. Go look him up in the system. I forget what it's called. Where you can look up lawsuits. I forget the website I used for it. But he's got some funny ones. He literally sued Ken Griffin and everybody, the DTCC, yada yada yada. Fidelity has been routing orders through Citadel. We looked at this last night. It literally shows what this Rule 606 document shows is that what it shows is that Fidelity does not take payment for order flow. That's what it shows. Now, they use Citadel because, well, I think you kind of have to, in the sense that it's honestly at this point, because Citadel is Citadel, and I'm not a fan of Wall Street either. I think, there's a lot of problems with the market. Okay, AMC, buying and holding AMC is not going to do nothing to change that. In fact, you're just contributing to the problem, really. But I digress. The way that things are, this is what we have now. And if you're in the business of being a retail brokerage, and you want to get your customers the best deal, the best execution, the fastest service, the truth is, you're probably going to get that with Citadel. You probably are. And this is where people drop off the stream because they don't like hearing the truth. But, there's a reason why Citadel does what they do. There's a reason why that Fidelity, arguably one of the better brokerages for retail investors, routes 25% of their buy orders to Citadel. There's a reason for that. There are reasons. It's not just, arbitrary. And the reality is, of course, this Hope for Generation says, while they skim off of you. Well, maybe. You could look at it that way. But there's always a spread. There's always a spread between the price you could buy it for and the price you could sell it for. In other words, you're never going to buy and sell at the same price. So you buy a new car and you drive it off the lot. Drive off the lot, and you turn back around and say, you know what, I changed my mind. You're not going to get 100% of your money back. Okay, it's that kind of thing. Oops. What they have to do is they have to give you the national best bid and offer, or better. So that's the legal requirement, right? All they have to do is give you the bid and the ask price. That's all they legally have to do. Anything better than that, is better than that. That's icing on the cake. But you can buy at this price, you can sell at this price, and every brokerage has to allow you to do that, or better. So then, what I'm saying is, Citadel is here, off to the side, and they say, well, okay, the bid is $10. The ask is $10.10. We'll do it at $10.05. Buy or sell. I don't care. Want to buy it. We'll sell it to you at $10.05. You want to sell? We'll take it off your hands at $10.05. Which the exchanges won't do. So, there's a reason why, you get price improvement. But what these guys are doing here is basically misrepresenting this. Because, and look, he's cut it off anyway. But if you look at all these columns here, payment given, payment received, whatever, they're all zero or they're negative, which is indicating that they actually paid a rebate. But they did not accept any payment. I mean, that's what this shows you. That's what it shows you.
Lots of retail investors transferred to Fidelity to avoid Citadel, and Fidelity appears to be in bed with them manipulating the price of AMC. SEC? DOJ? Any comments? Fidelity has been the broker of choice for the apes for quite some time, and this new news is concerning to say the least. Fidelity has been routing more than 50% of their total orders into the dark pools, with 25% going to Citadel alone. While I am grateful for their transparency in things like the orders by retail customers' data, The fact that 16 months in, this was exposed is incredibly frustrating. Chris, from Crystal Ball Stocks and Sports, was the first to expose this news, and he just let me know that he will be checking the other 606 reports for other brokers, so this full picture comes to light.
No.
But given that Fidelity knew that we were trying to avoid Citadel, and were not as transparent as they should have been, something needs to be done. However, this
Oh
does
my
not stop
God, are you kidding me? What a juvenile fucking argument. Seriously. Since Citadel knew we were trying to get away from, or Fidelity knew that we were trying to get away from Citadel, why did they do this? Holy shit. Oh my God, something needs to be done. Everything is fucking manipulation. Everything, tag the SEC, FBI. This guy's an idiot. And Clay, what you're looking at is a Rule 606 disclosure. It's Rule 606. Clay said 606. They're going to look at the other 606 documents because he doesn't even know what he's talking about. He has no idea what he even is talking about. Oh my God.
The inevitable, and things
but you're
are
going to be
heating up
rich.
quickly.
Don't get me wrong.
Boss Blunts 1 tweets,
Oh! Wow. That was just too perfect. Wow. I did not know that
VIX
was
has
coming.
yet to price in Executive Order 14032, in which Chinese military industrial companies become unusable margin collateral on American stock markets June 3, 2022. BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity, and hundreds of banks.
Yeah, like Boss Blunts knows something that the VIX has not priced in. Give me a fucking break. This guy is the biggest clown. He is the biggest clown.
Have massive exposure. And another tweet from Boss Blunts 1, May 27, 2021, when EO 13959 went into effect, AMC prices went up and CAH gap up into pre-market. Now, see June 3rd gap down after hours as 14032 came into effect that extended the collateral through June 3rd, 2022. Something tells me that next week is going to be incredibly volatile. With Executive Orders 14032
incredibly volatile to the downside. Right.
32 and 13959, both coming back into effect next Friday, the hedge funds will be forced to shuffle their positions in a big way, and this could be the ultimate catalyst to bring AMC to the moon. The hedge funds have been relying heavily on this executive order being postponed once again. However, global catalysts...
How about the apes are relying heavily on this executive order having anything to do with AMC? Having any effect on it? How about that?
Allow this as Russia's invasion of Ukraine prompted China to reconsider invading Taiwan. This time around, the number of hedge funds that are liquidated will be staggering, and we will likely see some of the largest names in the business implicated in what could be the largest market collapse in history. And with all numbers pointing in AMC's favor, things are just
hope that
heating
happens.
Up. I'm not bullish.
Let's hope that happens so that the apes can get rich. They deserve it. They do. They deserve it.
I am bullish AF. The hedge funds continue to double down on their bad bet, as an additional 1 million shares were borrowed in the market yesterday.
Bad bet.
This brings the total number of shares on loan to 170 million,
I'm really conflicted.
More than one of every 3 AMC shares.
I'm really conflicted.
Short interest also continues to rise. We are seeing 22.5% short interest, higher than the run to $72. And the cost to borrow is astounding, sitting at nearly 8% on average and over 10% on the high end. Combine this with the fact that days to cover are continuing to rise, and we are still at 100% utilization, the hedgies are done for.
No, they're
not. The hedge
not.
funds continue to buy as many call options as humanly possible, but nothing can save them from what's coming. Well, that's it for this video. As always, please make sure to go down to the bottom of the page, tap that thumbs up button for me, and subscribe to the channel.
I can't wait until next weekend. They are going to get fucking destroyed. They are going to get absolutely fucking destroyed. So, I'm conflicted. I am. I have to admit, I don't know what to do here. clearly, Finance News is one of the worst misinformation channels out there when it comes to this shit. Like, their shit is terrible. But also, they're, you know, very good at basically just bullshit. So essentially, they're an AMC YouTuber. I guess there's really nothing that hard about this. So I'm just going to put them here and see. Because, you know, they suck. But a lot of people have basically listened to what they've said and been convinced by it. Not necessarily because they said it. But I'm talking about confirmation bias here. When it comes to confirmation bias, these motherfuckers know how to play. So I'm putting them in C because of that. Maybe they should be in B, but somebody's got to be C, and might as well be them. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Hedgies are done for. They're done for. Done for. The creative investor. Do I have him? Do I even have him? Shit. I thought I did. Well, he's terrible. Look at Matt Stoner. I just don't want you to know this. All right, goodbye. I'm out. I have to see this. Probably what it is then is he's saying, "Look, guys, I'm gonna be traveling. That makes sense now. I'm going out of town." That's what it is. Now it makes sense.
No one cared who I was till I put on the mobs.
Yeah, that's what's going on there. Okay. Anyway. Now it makes sense. I don't know if I have Jeff Forbes on here either. Because I did not consider him to be an AMC YouTuber. But he turned into an AMC YouTuber. Disappointing because he actually, I don't think he's not an AMC YouTuber at heart. He knows the difference. He knows how to invest. He knows how to trade. He just, you know, he never imagined that he would be in the position that he was in. This is my analysis of Jeff Forbes. You know, he never knew he would be a YouTube influencer to this degree. Are you kidding me? And he got drunk with the power. Essentially, he turned into a YouTuber, an AMC pumper. Let's see what he's saying now. Even though he's not on our ranking, we can put him on there.
What's going on, everybody? It's Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel. What an exciting week we just had. Finally seeing some green, especially on a Friday. The SPY closing over 415, a monstrous weekly setup we're going to talk about, as well as AMC up over 17%
setup to fucking
for the day
lose next
on a
week.
Friday. A little bit of deja vu happening from 365 days ago. I said in a previous video that not only AMC and GameStop had a very similar setup back to that March 14th levels, the entire market did. Okay, so in this video, we're going to dive a little bit further into it and what to expect in the weeks ahead. June 1st, the quantitative tightening begins, which means the Fed is going to be beginning shrinking their balance sheet. We haven't seen that since 2018. Investors did not react very well to it. I also want to talk briefly about NVIDIA. It is very important to go over exactly what happened, because seeing that they missed slightly on their guidance for the next quarter, seeing the stock rebound like it did is something we have not seen lately. So I'm going to go over exactly what that means going forward. So let's get right into it. First off, take a look at this monstrous week.
I mean, he keeps talking about monstrous. Look at this monstrous that, monstrous this, monstrous that. What actually happened? What actually happened? Why did it move up? None of these guys are talking about what actually happened
on the SPY. It goes without saying, it resembles very closely to that March 14th level. I said that a few days ago. Also want to point out that we had 7 red weeks in a row. Okay, that is very, very rare. And just to see that the entire bearish sentiment, the bear trade was just completely overcrowded. Everybody was loading on puts, loading on puts, loading on puts. And market makers are going to read that. Okay, when they see that, investors, especially on the retail side, all right, is just one-sided on the put flow, the call flow, they're really going to swing it to the other way. And it goes to show this right here by looking at the volume.
Though,
a
Jeff.
Massive green
candle
that. Going forward on a lower volume. Actually, this is a 4-week downtrend of declining volume.
Maybe you're not talking about
you looked at some of the daily.
Maybe you're talking about institutions. Maybe you're talking about trading firms. Maybe you're talking about something else. But the market makers know.
Candles, and I've talked about this numerous times, that volume always precedes price action. But you look at some of the daily, average volume traded, and it was at like 70 to 72%, meaning that buyers aren't really stepping in aggressively. You're not seeing these big funds buying up big positions, okay, on the entire market going forward, which is a very good sign that we still have more downside to come. Okay, so look over for the next week and a half, maybe a little bit of blow off, just like what happened at the end of March, and then we're going to continue to the downside going forward. Keep that in mind. All right, it is very, very important. Briefly, let's talk about NVIDIA before we get into talking about AMC. This was important because they beat on both sides. However, their guidance going forward was a little bit less than estimates, expectations. And as you can see, right after hours, the stock pulled, okay? Naturally, these companies, when they're not freaking crushing it out of the park, especially over the last 2 quarters, they continue to decline. However, not only did the market recover, investors scooped this up. There was massive buying coming in here. You can see there's not a seller in sight, and it continued all the way up from that 160 range to 190. This is a good sign. And the reason why I bring this up is because I've been talking about your PE ratios, and stocks are going to be getting to a point to where, yes, they might still be trading very far ahead of earnings. Okay. And NVIDIA is still a high growth company. All right. And is still, valued heavily on their future. However, investors are starting to see some of this long-term going forward. You look at Apple that got down to that 140 level, the same thing, that the PE ratios and these companies are starting to become a very, very good deal. And this is exactly what you saw. This is a good sign.
I mean, I don't disagree with what he's saying here, but that's not what we came for. That's not what's in your title. Where is the title? We need the title material.
GameStop the same way.
Here we go. Ooh. I already like where this is going, but I already went too far.
All right, that's exactly what we've experienced in the last 2 quarters. So seeing this was a little bit of a trend reversal. Let's talk about AMC. Okay, I had said this, like I said, a few days ago, that March 14th setup was looking very, very similar. Nice solid uptrend all the way from that 1030 level, getting up to almost $15. GameStop the same way. I don't cover GameStop very heavily because obviously I'm invested, in AMC, and I have been for a while, but almost 100% move in just a couple days. You see a lot of volume in here on that morning, and it continues
AMC
to hold.
Is the poor man's GameStop.
One thing I will
always
point
has
out
been.
about GameStop is
Manny says
their cost to borrow is much higher, right? And this is what Fintel has. It's almost at 50. All right, AMC, Fintel has about 7.6. I know
nothing.
Ortex has a little bit different. I think their max is somewhere around like the 14, 15 range. However,
of course, Ortex is going to have a higher max.
Crowded on the short side, that eventually they're just going to be tripping over themselves. You're starting to see articles come out. There are a few of them saying that basically everybody's going to try to get out the door at once. And this does go for both sides. Okay, so don't get caught up on this. If you've seen this article before, all right, and I don't have it pulled up right now, but everybody's going to try to get out the door at the same time. That includes shorts covering their positions, and that also will include retail eventually selling. And obviously, when no matter what side you're on, whether shorts covering or retail selling, when the mass flows, it's just going to be hard to be able to get out that door going forward. However, like I said, when you continue to get to these time frames where these heavily shorted stocks are not coming down, okay, the market has pulled.
And Antoinette said that Theo Trade was boring. He said that Don Kaufman at Theo Trade was boring, and I think that Don Kaufman is one of the best analysts on YouTube. Maybe the truth is boring. But in the terms of, Jeff Forbes here, He's not, he's not doing too bad. He's not doing too bad.
Looking at GameStop on a weekly chart from where it was sitting at $2 to $5 to $10, even at that $15 range.
Yeah, during the pandemic, when the show was closed,
ripping at this time frame, and it has come nowhere near that, sitting $137 a share. Is just saying that, you know what, it's not going to be able to come down too much lower. It's not going to get back down to those $2, $3 levels. AMC punished, I think, a little bit more. The float is a little bit heavier, and I think it's easier to manipulate a stock like AMC just because of the massive float that it has. But I've been saying this forever.
Oh, well, it's a good thing that GameStop is increasing their float then, right? It's a good thing. He basically just debunked the MOAS right there. Everybody counting on the GameStop share dividend split, whatever the fuck. Which, by the way, we know you're not really voting on that. You're voting on whether to authorize more, increase the available float to increase the maximum that they can issue. He just said that AMC is easier to manipulate because of the, yada, yada, yada. GameStop's not as easy, but GameStop's about to have up to 1 billion shares that they can offer. So,
look at these no MOAS. Same thing. When one goes, they all go. Right? If you look at other ones that they run in the sector, everybody's looking for that.
When one goes, they all go.
Sector sentiment. So it doesn't matter which one happens to lead the sector. Sometimes it's been AMC. Obviously, at the beginning in January, it was GameStop. But it doesn't matter which one. Okay. It's all going to pull the entire sector going forward. So over the next couple of weeks, I will look for this very, very closely, especially also because we're getting to the point where it's 365 days before we had that massive push to the upside, just like we did. Going to want to see that volume continue to happen. The one thing that is different from 365 days ago, like I've said, and even from a little bit from that March timeframe, is the volume. Right? When you look at this weekly time frame, it was 2 billion shares. When you look over here, it was the same thing, 2 billion shares on a week. And now we're sitting at just 280 million. So there's a lot less volume coming into it. Same thing from January. Really look to get that push to the upside. Seeing GameStop even the other day, this kind of did surprise me, seeing it move massively. It didn't attract a lot of that active trading. Okay, you watched it bump from 116 all the way up to 148. There was volume in on it, but it was nothing massive. You weren't seeing massive, big money flow into it. It's really trying to push it to the upside. So it all depends on what their agenda is. Is their active trading still continuing to going on? Are they pumping off the brakes a little bit? The volume throughout the entire market has slowed, but keep an eye on that going forward.
Who remembers
like I said,
that?
For everybody, the SPY, I'm really targeting.
Who remembers this?
20 to 4.
No disc and drive A. Abort, retry, fail. Do they realize that if AMC wants to dump more shares into the float, they can without the permission of apes? I don't think they can realize. I don't think that they realize that. No. But you do. We do. And GameStop is, about to have that ability to a massive degree.
424 level to be able to kind of take it back down. It does now have a gap on the daily, as you can see from just a couple days ago. But look for that rejection. If we blow off the top and get up to 430, that's when you can look at potentially seeing a reversal. However, because like I said, inflation hasn't been proven yet to be able to come back down. All right, although looking at the dollar has changed a little bit, but until you get some of those hard numbers, which I believe they are reported on the 11th and the FOMC is on the 15th, look for the pattern to continue. Don't fight the trend going forward. Being able to time this, is very comfortable, especially if you are somebody that's not an active day trader. You can play swings going forward, seeing 5, 6, 7 days moving up to the upside. You're getting back to that resistance.
Blah 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 blah. Let me grab him here. Let me grab him and put him. Grab and put. Do a little grab and put. All right. I grabbed him. I put him down here. Somebody's got to be in the F tier. Jeff Forbes. He's conflicted. He doesn't know whether he's an AMC grifter or not. He's out there actually trying to provide. He's actually talking about the market, somewhat reasonably. You lose. That's a losing proposition, my friend. You've lost. You lost the battle and the war. Okay. Now that that's out of the way. Was wondering who was going to be down there. It makes sense. It makes total sense. You know, and in some world, that's an honor. It's actually a good thing. It's a good thing. Oh, here we go. All right. Now, here's what we came for. This is why people are here.
Hey, this Frank, let me say.
Here it is, right here. I got to slow him down. We got to be able to understand what he's saying. Not that it will make sense. But we have to at least be able to hear it. Okay. Let me get my windows set up here. Okay. Turn him down.
I'm not a financial advisor. Anything that I say in this video should be used for entertainment purposes only. Whatever I say in this video is my opinion. It may not necessarily be factual. Look, when it comes to cryptocurrency.
What is he at the country? He's at the golf course here. It looks like he's at a golf course. He's at the clubhouse. Who has outlets there on their walls like that? A TV mounted there with wood paneling. Maybe that's a porch. Maybe he's on the porch. Looks like a window there. Where the hell is he? Looks like he's at the golf course.
You know,
he's making the turn right now. He's making the turn, and he thought he would do an AMC video.
I tell a lot of my friends that a cryptocurrency is coming whether you want it to come or not. And a lot of them be like, when you try to talk about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, no, they talk about, well, Bitcoin is a scam and cryptocurrency is a scam. And that just goes to show you how uninformed they are when it comes to cryptocurrency. But cryptocurrency is the future. So people can either get with it, or they can get left behind. 3, so I was watching Blue versus Wall Street video again, and he was talking about digital currency being used to pay us. So Lou versus Wall Street was one of the first individuals that I saw on YouTube in the AMC community that was talking about digital currency being used to pay us in these different short squeeze plays, that we're involved in the stock market. And, and he advised that these particular coins, was going to come from banks or the capital market, and they was going to give it to people on Wall Street to be able to use to take care of the business they need to take care of. So he stated, man, that was the only way for them to be able to pay us all this money that they owe us, because a lot of us going to be holding out for large numbers. So they don't have that much money to be able to, that kind of money to be able to pay us. So one thing they was going to use was digital currency, a digital coin, in order to be able to pay us. Like I said, he was the first person that I heard to say anything about that. So what I saw after doing my research was that Wall Street and the big banks are moving toward digital currency and blockchain technology. And the major banks that they was talking about was Goldman Sachs, it was JP Morgan, and Morgan Stanley. Those were the big banks that they was talking about are moving toward cryptocurrency and having their own digital currency, from what I saw. And it appears as if JP Morgan, they already have their blockchain technology. They already have their own cryptocurrency. Okay. They got it now. Like most people know, they've been working on theirs since 2019. And what they have is a stable coin. And
good.
That one coin.
They have a stable coin.
Is connected to the US dollar. And also, one coin is supposed to be worth $1. You see what I'm saying? Because it's a stable coin. So the clients that's with JP Morgan, they can use their JPM coin, in order to transfer money back and forth. They can use the coin instead of transferring dollars. That's what it's set up for. So, like I said, it's the JPM coin. It's built on JP Morgan blockchain technology, and they can use it for payments. But also, when I did research, what I came across was BlackRock, along with some company called Mark.
I have a feeling, I don't even want to say this. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't say that. I cannot say that. I cannot say what I'm thinking. But he is. I'm gonna have to agree with Manny on this one. Lowest possible tier. Lowest possible tier on him. We can get down here next to Jeff Forbes, which in some way seems wrong to me, but I don't see any way around it. The dude is whack. I'm going to leave him there. And I'm going to, you know, only reason I'm going to continue letting this video play is because I need to go to my kitchen real quick and get another. I wish it were an adult beverage, but but you know, those days are over.
Marshall Waste, WACE, or whatever it is, as well as Fidelity. They invested over $400 million with a company called Circle. And Circle is the issuer of the second largest stablecoin, USDC. It's tied to the US dollar. So they get, you know, they created their own stablecoin. So man, after I did my research, I can see this whole stablecoin thing, cryptocurrency thing being embraced by Wall Street and the big banks. Man, that's real. Also, I can see them paying us in these short squeeze plays with these stable coins. I don't know, but I can see that actually being a reality. You see what I'm saying? After doing all the research, you know, my thing is a lot of people some people may have an issue with it. Me personally, I don't have an issue with it. I've been in this play for almost a year and a half. I'm just trying to get paid. So if they owe us, man, all this money, and that's the only way they're gonna be able to pay us, then I'm good with it. So as long as we get our money, man, I'm cool. But no matter what, even if they're gonna pay us with a digital coin or digital currency, they still
if they pay you in Terra?
Are not gonna make it easy for
what
us
about
to
Terra?
get our
Will you
money.
accept Terra
still gonna
for your
have to
MOAS
buy
payments?
And hold. We're gonna have to diamond hand, and they're gonna be playing a whole lot of tricks, you know, to try to save money and to keep us from getting the money that they know that they owe us, and they're gonna be trying to shake people out of the play. So although they got the money to pay us, and they may use the digital coin, they still gonna be trying to shake people out of the play.
Double whammy of ignorance.
So we're gonna have to diamond hand. But look, from what I was researching,
been hearing that term a lot lately.
You know what Lou versus Wall Street said? Them using a digital currency, you know, and blockchain technology to be able to pay us. I can see that being real. And who knows? That could be something that Fidelity, the brokers, and the banks,
who knows?
They could have been working on this whole thing, man, behind closed doors the whole time to be able to pay us and never said anything about it. Who knows? We'll see. But thank you for taking time out to watch the video. Have a nice day.
He put Lou videos on his end screen.
About who behind.
That is bizarre. He put Lou videos on his end screen. Well, you know what? Since we're there, let's do it. Let's do it.
What's going on? I'm a silly little motherfucker. All right, listen. This is a simple one because people have been saying, "Oh, Lou's doing comparison, USD coin and AMC." I never did that. I never did that at all. I said the fact that they're creating digital currencies for the street, for the market, that is how they're going to have money available to cover plays across the market, because a lot of plays require liquidity. I said for a while the money has dried up in the street. Why would these coins be created to be put out there in the street? Very simple. This is what was needed. So I said for a while, I said, look, if you're wondering how they're gonna pay you, Sundial, pay GameStop, pay the other ones, how are they gonna do that? The only way to do that, I'm not even gonna get into it. Anyway, the only way that we're gonna do that is they needed an injection of liquidity. Well, it's not like the government was doing that now. They're not doing a bailout now. So at the end of the day, the street created this. This is private equity. They turned around and created these coins. Now you say, no, Lou, the coin's been there 2018. But it wasn't valued at this, getting ready to be made available to the capital markets in order to be spread across the market as. So now I'm like, okay, they're gonna have their money. Now my feelings on that money, obviously, like everybody's feelings, money's gonna be, you know, it's not paper money, you know, it's not a digital representation of money. No, it's digital. It's a digital coin, which has, you know,
no value.
A valuation of.
It has no value, none, zero, no inherent value. No intrinsic value. It has what you say, what people think it has, until it doesn't. And then it has nothing.
A dollar amount. Now that's all speculative. Like, I'll give you an example. There's no bank of Ethereum where you can go and say, hey, how much cash do you have in there to back Ethereum's price? But there's no bank of, you know, XRP or Doge or anything. There's no bank backing that up. That's based on people's belief on what it's worth. What if belief changes? Like, it's for real. You can buy a brand new car, drive it around the block. You believe it's worth this, and they'll tell you, motherfucker, it ain't worth that no more. But dog, I haven't taken the sticker off yet. Look, they're like, it don't matter. We don't read English. Julio works here now. What I'm saying is, I never said that coin and AMC. I said that coin and other coins to come, and whatever derivatives they make out of, I mean, like, no joke, like what they're gonna synthetic that shit to another level. They lend, they borrow, they put it in folders, they move it all around. You think it's gonna stay at
put it in folders?
Digital dollar amount? If you
put it in
believe that
folders,
that's what's gonna happen,
move it around.
Yeah, the new Wall Street is definitely for you. But I can tell you something.
Shit.
If we're now in the era where a firm can create digital coin and it's valued at whatever, and they say it's backed with whatever, and you can't verify it, but it's not for you. It's not for you.
Are you blind? My Twitter is at the bottom right of the screen. It's been there the whole time. Do you have a Twitter? I mean, maybe I need to say that actually, for, you know, for the blind viewers, the vision impaired viewers. But yes, at Scotty Finance, it's always at the bottom of the screen. But there is no hope for your generation.
Sometimes you got to realize at the end of the day, there's Wall Street and then there's us. Okay? And at the end of the day, there's some smart motherfuckers down there, and they create that universe. That invisible universe they created. So that's what's there now. So from my way of looking at it is, if that helps money be in the street and clean up a lot of plays that have been pushed down and they got to obviously close them out, am I happy about that? Listen, happy, sad, doesn't matter. Pay me my money and I will make my moves in order to cover myself with the new economy that's coming. But for people to say that, I said that this coin was created for AMC, like, yeah, I guess it's YouTube. That's all I can tell you. But
yeah,
it's in black and white. You can look at it in Forbes. Tomorrow's news today. Go fuck your mother. Jai love, motherfuckers. I'll come back.
I'll come back. Well, we know you'll come back. We know you'll come back. We know that. Oops. Okay. Well, this is a no-brainer. I mean that kind of in a double entendre kind of way, a no-brainer. But there's Lou right at the top, right next to Al. 2 peas in a pod. Next. Moving on. Bitcoin and Ethereum merge incoming. You have a YouTube channel? No, but I was thinking about making one. I was thinking about creating one. Oh, you boomers. Can't see anything, can you? Fat man, fat man. Fat man. You don't know what you're talking about. AMC going to the fucking moon. AMC going to the ground. Massive bailout coming for AMC short sellers? Oh my God. Say it ain't so. I can't believe it. Wall Street gets bailed out again. Oh my God. Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video.
What's up, everybody? It's the Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video. Looking down into my comments, whenever I upload a video, I like to go to the comments of the videos before.
I hate going to the comments.
And try to
I never
catch up on those. And I was doing that, and here I got one by Mikey Mike.
Mikey Mike.
621. I don't know, man. I got a bad feeling something's wrong. I contacted my broker this week, and they assured me that they don't participate in issuing synthetics. So if that's true, how in God's name do they still have shares left to sell me? Who knows? I know. 1 second. Let me give you a thumbs up for your question. And to answer your question, we're going to turn to probably one of the most ingenious YouTubers who talks about AMC as they give you the answer to, well, how do they still have shares to sell me? Because I bought 62 shares, I think it is. 62 this morning? Yeah. First thing this morning in pre-market, I bought 62 shares.
Yay!
Of AMC. How'd they sell them to me? Well, listen to this handsome young guy, and he'll tell you the answer. Let me clarify. You're going to see that this happened in Frankfurt, Germany. But I'm going to explain by the end of this video how it's relevant to you. Morgan Stanley was raided, the Frankfurt office, for tax fraud investigations, okay? Now, the best way to understand this article is to start from the bottom and work our way up.
Shit.
You'll understand in just a moment.
This is Trey after,
we scroll down to the end of the article. And then we're going to come over here. Morgan Stanley has been raided for tax fraud. Here's how it happened. In the first indictment issued by
what are we talking about here?
Prosecutors, in the probe the same year, the bank, which is Morgan Stanley, is mentioned as a possible lender of shares needed to do the trades. Okay, so we come over here and we're going to put that, and we put it on a little picture graph here. Morgan Stanley is mentioned as a possible lender of shares needed to do the trades that caused the CumX scandal.
CumX
they're
scandal?
As a possible, here's the key, lender of shares needed to do the trades. So, you see, it's not as simple of a question as, how do they have shares to sell me? Someone is assuring them that they have shares, that they are borrowing whenever they short this or do whatever they're doing.
What?
Someone is loaning them these shares, even at a high interest rate. All that's coming to an end, but someone has been loaning them the shares, and that's the purpose of the investigation.
What in the fuck is he talking about?
That's where they get shares from. Now, I'll just throw this out there real quick and say that it could be that BlackRock has superseded the amount of shares they owned and continue to loan shares out. Just throwing that out there.
What?
Love y'all. Be blessed. See you in the next video.
Ay. All right. I mean, can we answer the question? How do they still have shares to sell? Like, there's not always buyers and sellers in a market. Also, we know that the market makers have an exemption for naked shorting, so they can sell you shares, and that actually leads into something else I want to talk about. But let's just take care of this joker first. This is the first like one from the miners that we've even seen so far. Here he is. I think I would put him down here in D. Fairly irrelevant. Decent video transitions, you know. Hope's right about that. Decent video transitions, but I don't know, man. Whatever they're doing. So we see this Reddit post here, end of day numbers for AMC. The Wall Street criminals ran 53 million AMC shares off exchange, stealing $784 million of buying pressure. At 100% utilization, they still somehow found 46 million shares to short. How? From where? From nothing. You know, and this is just it's just so far off. First of all, off exchange. That's direct function of where you choose to do your business. You know, if you're using an app, if you're using Robinhood, Webull, TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, basically, and not directing the order where you want it to go, more than likely it's going to go off exchange. So that's a function of retail investing at this point. It's hilarious when these guys, you know, cry about off exchange. And it's like, well, Wall Street, they didn't run the shares off exchange. It's you used a brokerage that you knew or should know goes to an off exchange market maker. So it's a non-issue, really. It's ignorance. Okay? Stealing, you know, millions of dollars of buying pressure. No, that's not true either. Okay. But then we get to the real kicker here. At 100% utilization, but they still somehow found 46 million shares to short. And that's not true either. So this is just a general, you know, this is a general, just big pile of misinformation or shit, whichever one you want to think of it as. Short volume is not the same as establishing a short position. It's just not. You think it's a coincidence that short volume is practically the same as the off exchange volume. That's not a coincidence. That is not a coincidence. Most of this short volume is long volume. Most of it is this off exchange volume. Most of it is market makers naked shorting shares to retail. Legally, they have to turn around and buy those shares. But the initial trade, it gets marked as short. That's how you get the short volume. This is known. I did a video about this not that long ago. Well, it was kind of a long time ago, but I don't know how long ago it was. Or you can just Google short is long squeeze metrics. And you can find the reference that I used. What did I tell you, Hope, about that nonsensical talk here? What did I tell you yesterday? What did I tell you about that? Short is long. Whenever the market maker fills an investor's buy order, the market maker is facilitating the trade by shorting shares. So that's why you get this massive number of short volume. That's not short sales in the sense that what's on Ortex, for example, is not the same thing at all. But you know, you can read this and learn more about that. Okay. It's just, you know, then you read the comments here and it's like just nonsense. all these motherfuckers saying how we are delusional. Okay, Dan, let's see. I'm holding harder than the guy who's going to fuck Ken's wife when he goes to prison. Ken is not going to prison. It is so freaking wrong. Hey, that's true. And nobody cares but us. We have to fight these crooks. I mean, imagine being that delusional. Imagine being that full of yourself to think that you're fighting the corruption. You're exposing it. And the number of these, all this information's out in the public. And why, Gary, where are you? Why aren't you doing anything? Or it could be that you're actually wrong. You don't understand. You're in over your fucking head. And you're going to lose all your money. And then, you know, Scott will sit here and say, you know, will you still stream after the squeeze has squozen? And after the squeeze is squozen, I'll come back and say, Hope, how you doing, buddy? Did you get rich? How many millions did you make? How many millions did you get, my friend? And we won't hear anything back. And it'll be like John Wick sniping all over again. Except even fewer people will even notice. That's what it's going to be like. And I'm going to be here. I am going to be here. Obviously not talking about AMC and how it's not going to the moon and what the reality is. But, I mean, you can bet your bottom dollar that these motherfuckers are going to get basically taunted and ridiculed for losing all their money because they were so confident beforehand that it only seems fitting that they receive a commensurate amount of ridicule when it's clear that they're wrong. I also want to be careful with karma, but, you know, I'll take my chances on that because these guys, well, you know. You know what I mean. Jesus. All right. Saw that. Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. Getting back to the roots here.
Hey guys, it's Jackson Hunter. I'm back with another AMC stock update.
Wow, he sounds so excited. Are you excited to be here, Jack? Yeah, we're excited.
Today is Friday, May 27th. Please hit the like button. Please smash that subscribe button. I love and appreciate you all. AMC
Where's
stock,
that goddamn gong?
The third green.
Bring the gong back. Bring the gong back, Jack. Remember the gong? He used to have a gong there.
I love and appreciate you all. AMC stock, I believe it's the third green day in a row, up 17.9.
Third green day in a row. You believe it is? Well, you could just look. Could just look.
9% on the day in the regular
who
trading hours.
wants to do that?
Ending the day at $14.43 per share. It was up a little bit in after hours as well, and that was on a volume of 89 million for today.
Woo!
So really good day for AMC.
Really
Hopefully
good.
more good days ahead. Now, why was it just on this tear upwards? Okay, so
good question, Jack.
So it could have been some shorts.
Oh God, I knew it. I knew it. Oh my fuck. Here we
Hopefully
go.
more good days ahead.
Okay, this is great. This is fantastic. Pay attention.
Now, why was it just on this tear upwards? Okay, so it could have been some shorts closing out. And when I say some shorts, I mean a minuscule amount of shorts, because I believe there are a humongous amount of shorts on AMC. So if it was some shorts closing and buying back, I think it was a very, very small amount, and that would imply that on the other side of the transaction were sellers at this $13 to $14 range, and I don't think that's really likely. So this is probably...
Oh no, it's not likely. Not at all. It's not at all likely. What are you talking about? Well, and actually, just from Fidelity, okay? Just from Fidelity, Jack. There were 2,600 sell orders on Friday. So yeah, retail selling. Plenty of retail selling. They're happy to sell at this level. But nah, I don't think it, no. Maybe some shorts covered. Maybe some.
Probably FTD is being covered finally. Even outside of the T plus 35 days. So I think this is probably FTD covering, but who knows? I'm really not sure. I do know that the interactive
No shit,
broker
you're not sure. Why don't you just say, I don't know really. I don't know what this, I don't even know why I'm making this video. Now that I think about it, I don't know why I'm even doing this. I should just, I'm just going to go smoke a blunt. Fuck it.
Our fee rate is 7.7%. That's up a good amount.
Should be an indication.
A few days ago when it was 1.6%. On May 23rd, it's now 7.7%.
Holy shit.
So that is a annual fee that the short pays to the person that lent them this share. So
it is
for them to hold that short position, they have to pay a 7.7% yearly interest rate on that. Okay, now that doesn't
7.7% of what though, Jack? Of what?
Seem like that high. But if it keeps getting up, it can jump very quickly. I remember seeing this do the same thing last year, and it jumped from 20 to 50 to 100 in a matter of days. Okay, so this thing can jump really quickly. Check this out right here. You got calls in the money, 69,000. Calls out of the money, 97,000. That's not great. You like to see more calls in the money than calls out of the money, but better than previous weeks for sure. And then puts in the money, only 4,800. Compared to puts out of the money 70,000. So the puts column looking good if you're long. By the way, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so please do not.
Ooh, yeah, good. That's a good place to point that out.
Make investments based on what I say in my content. And then just a quick reminder that Monday is Memorial Day. That's going to be May 30th, Memorial Day right here. The stock market will be closed. I believe the bond market is closed as well. So I will see you this Sunday, and then I will see you Tuesday when the stock market returns. And before I go, follow me on TikTok. I just jumped on the platform. I used to think that it was for 5-year-olds, but turns out it's not. So follow me on TikTok. My username is Jackson Hunter 91.
Started on TikTok.
Just search Jackson Hunter.
That's where I started
got a lot
doing
of cool content that's up, and a lot of cool content that is on the way. Okay, have a beautiful weekend. Hopefully a lot more green days ahead for AMC and GME. Peace.
Jack Hunter. Wow. Poolside honesty. We don't need no poolside honesty now. I feel like Jack got laid last night or something. Like he's overly happy. I don't know what's the difference is here. Maybe, he's whatever. I don't know. He's like doing the thing. He's doing the I'm going out in LA and talking to people on the street thing. Like a Jay Leno thing. I don't know. But Jack. I kind of want to grab that right there. That's a great screenshot of him waiting to be taken. Let's do it. There we go. All right. Jack. Where does Jack fit into this puzzle of grift? And here's what I'm going to do, because I do like poolside honesty. That is ridiculous. I'm going to do this. Oops. Right? Mr. Poolside Honesty himself. He'll never live that one down. Poolside Honesty. There we go. Where does Jack go? Well, because he's kind of he's an original. Like, he's one of the original guys that was talking about this. He was in on the GameStop squeeze, I think. I don't know. I think he's gonna go in B. I think he fits in B, personally. He's kind of on this, yeah, he's on the same level as Short the VIX, Masked Investor. You know, we got to hit some of these other big guys. We got to hit some of these other big guys. We're running out of time. I don't have time for all this. You should go after Ape Father. You should go there. I'm okay with that too, you know. I'm okay with that. Film school vibe. Get a film school vibe from Jack. And by the way, I call him Jack because before he blocked me on Twitter. see, but what had happened was, before he blocked me on Twitter, I called him Jack, and he didn't like that. He blew up at me. So now I just always call him Jack. Always. 100% of the time. I have not referred to him as Jackson since. Fucking asshole. It's Jackson, not Jack. Oh, okay, Jack. Oh, fuck. All right. All right, I feel like we need to kick this thing into gear here. Let's go with Trey's Trades, where we talk fast and always skip class. God, Trey, you've aged 20 years in the last year. What the fuck happened to you? Where are you getting your drugs from, man? You need to test that shit. Ugh.
Yo, what's up?
Droopy eye and tall hair. He's got a droop. What is wrong with this guy?
It's Trey, baby. We out here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Sorry, I'm not at the computer. Just making a trip out to the crib for the weekend with me and mine. Gonna hang out with some dudes. You guys get to see TMI, but anyway.
Hanging out with some dudes. What is this guy into? He's into some weird shit. He's also got a big old black dildo that he plays with on the stream. Remember that? Big black dildo.
Anyways, I want to take a second to make a video and talk about this week, because this week was huge.
That's the train station.
Really, really big, actually. And the SPY had a really nice move. Rallied for like 3 straight days. Massive moves. And AMC,
massive.
GameStop.
Like that big black massive dildo? I think so. I see you guys in chat. I see you. I see that.
All the memes.
I think I agree.
Sort of rallied with it, which is something I've talked about a lot. So I want to discuss that because it's really important. There's a couple of different things that I think we have to pay attention to. One, if you look back to March 29th, back in...
I love how you can still tell.
Back, what you're going to find is that was...
You can still tell that he's a fucking loudmouth, even when he's talking outside. You could hear it. You could hear it reverberate through the fucking train station. where he's at. He's such a fucking loudmouth. Oh my god.
The peak of the AMC rally to $34, and it was the peak of the SPY rally. Both times, that was the highest that it rallied before continuing on with that bearish trend that we had seen, right? What this tells us is one simple thing, and it's that there is a tie, there's a correlation between the SPY and AMC. And really what that's supposed to tell you, in the most simple layman's terms possible, is bear markets sort of sink all ships. And when the bear market ends, all ships will rise. And that's really important to know. Now that brings
he
me
had
to point
some time
two,
to kill,
which is
he's waiting for his connect. He's waiting for his dealer at the train station. He had some time, so he thought he'd make a video, pacing back and forth. Where is this guy? Fuck, where is this guy? Oh, well, the SPY, you know, where is this guy? What the fuck?
Now that you've seen a taste of SPY relief, right? We got a couple days of SPY bounce, which then translated to GameStop having multiple 20% days. AMC had a 16% day today, a couple of nice 4 or 5%ers. What I want you guys to remember is bear markets don't last forever. And when it does end, I think you're going to see a nice relief bounce. And furthermore, I think you're going to get to watch a little bit of what you tasted today, which is green, nice green, good energy, good vibes, good freaking ape mentality. And
good ape mentality. Oh, okay.
Dang Honda Civics, dude. Nah, it's because I was chewing his ass out. That's why. But that's really the big thing. Yeah, I see a couple different scenarios. I'll give you the two that I see looking at the chart that I've had mapped out. Just looking at some of my old videos.
I love when they do this. There's two scenarios. It can go up, or it can go down. Like, okay, all right, Trey. You are killing
one of
it here.
them would be
you are killing yourself
the
here.
SPY rejects at this 236 level, right? For a long time, I've said that the SPY is going to dip down to 382, which is about $380. It would come up to 236, which is at about 418. And then there's two options here. Either A, it rejects,
he's talking about
in which
Fibonacci
case, I think you
levels.
see it come back down to about 385. Or B, it breaks through. And if it breaks through this 236, I think it will test at that point about $440. And $440 is the top
Trey.
of the downtrend.
Why would you
channel.
even say that?
And if it breaks 440, you could actually witness the end of the quote-unquote bear market.
Are you
now,
fucking
honest,
me?
I don't think that we've seen enough change to inflation, enough change to the economic problems that we're currently facing to justify the end of the bear market. But it is entirely possible. Sometimes the market's illogical. I just read charts. Chart looks pretty good. The SPY is really getting some relief. It does feel a little too forward. I wouldn't expect the SPY to rally the way that it has forever.
You do a shitty job.
If it does, you know what will follow, right? Look back. Every single relief bounce, every single bear market rally the SPY has had, the memes have had some secret Big Mac sauce just pumped into the fucking
That's
veins.
when the negative beta is going to kick in and they're going to fucking flush. No, I'm just kidding.
Wouldn't
that be funny,
of these
though?
charts. So be watching for that. That's the two scenarios I see.
So
either A,
basically, he's only tied AMC going up to the SPY. That's what I'm getting out of this. AMC now depends on the overall market, which is a complete sea change from what they used to say. Remember, they used to say that, AMC and GameStop are that's the only safe play to be in. When the market's going to crash, I want to be in AMC and GameStop. Trey said this. Short Vic said this. They all said it. Now he's saying, oh, well, the SPY is looking like it might, a relief and at 440, but, say AMC is going to run with it. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ.
GameStop at 236 at about $418 for the SPY. If it does, I think that's going to drag the memes a bit.
Ready for him to be done fucking
BlackBerry,
making videos, I'll tell you that.
Bed Bath & Beyond, etc. Breaks that. You're watching that 440 mark. Got a couple days more extended green. You got a real opportunity for some momentum here. So take it a day at a time. I tweeted this out earlier, but right now you're walking through the jungle, right? And when you're in the jungle, you got to take things a day at a time because things change quick. You don't want to forget your rain boots. So that's what I got. It's a great fucking day, dude. Be happy, be hype. It's a great way to go into a 3-day weekend.
Be hyped.
And more than anything, man, just remember, you got other people in your corner. Go outside. It's kind of cloudy, humid. Oh, this is more humid than Oklahoma, I tell you that. Jesus. Woo! Not used to this. I'm out of shape. That's what I got for you guys. Go enjoy your weekend. Spend time with family and friends. I appreciate you as always. Till the next one. Watch Love Like Taps. Peace.
Trey is absolutely superior, top tier fucking material. He is one of if not the one of the biggest grifters in this thing. Period. There he is, right at the top. Right at the top. He doesn't look good. He doesn't look good. No, he doesn't. But you know, and I'm not, you know, I don't want this to sound schadenfreudy, but you know, it's the same kind of and I mentioned this before. You look at any politicians after 4 years, it looks like they aged 40 years. It's very similar. It's a similar construct here. Oh fuck. Be careful because Charlie never sleeps. Oh my god. That's good though. That's good. Okay. Now so here we are currently. That is one hell of a collection of grifters, and we got to go back to and that's perfect, Manny, because the next one you put is perfect too, because then we can talk about that guy. We got to go back to this Ape Father one. 1 minute and 3 seconds in is where apparently it's the daughter.
AMC Theaters. I just ordered a bunch of snacks over. I do YouTube videos. I'm the Ape Father.
I'm the Ape Father. I'm representing AMC.
So I have
Jesus Christ.
Thank you. Good luck with all your business endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Just embarrassed us. I don't care.
Yeah, I heard it. Wow, that's a good ear. That is a good ear, Manny. Oh shit.
Endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Just embarrassed us. I don't care.
He just embarrassed us. Oh, she's so sad. She's so embarrassed.
With all your business endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Just embarrassed us. I don't care. Just take
this is the number for your pretzel bites.
And then, of course, then the mom's like, I don't care. Yeah, because she can't care. She's not allowed to, I'm sure. What a sad fuck. You know, poor child. Jesus Christ. My God. When CPS. Yep. Seriously. And he just embarrassed us. God damn. You know? I know. Well, we're not gonna get through all this. There's no way. And I'm not staying up all night to do this. But, you know, we'll do a couple more. We'll come back to this tomorrow, whenever. Finish it off. You know, that's a good point. It's not going to be a 24-hour stream. No, sir. No, sir. We can do part 2 tomorrow. That is a perfect thing. But before that, we will do this here. Boom. I would like to get on with my Saturday night too. I mean, which just consists of me, you know, reading and maybe watching a video
Trey's
or two.
always been a weird one. I thought he was on coke and methamphetamine the first time that I saw him, but I rolled with him because he pumped our beloved AMC stock. We felt bad for him because we knew at any moment that he could croak from a heart attack or go blind from too many energy drinks, or so he said. He made us feel sympathy for him because it was apparent that he hadn't gotten laid since Eminem first burst onto the music scene, and yet we still didn't judge, again, because he liked AMC like we did. But things have changed. We no longer sense it's the same good old Trey. He seems more sinister, dark, and we don't believe him anymore. From fighting with us behind enemy lines to possibly...
I love when he was wearing the eye patch. Oh my god. Shit.
becoming one of the enemies. We went from fighting zombies together to him getting bit and becoming a zombie himself. Maybe the money got to him, or maybe it was the fame. He was plastered all over CNBC along with his little buddy, Duck Boy, Matt Kohrs. He's also sat
Dude,
NBC.
You're showing Fox Business.
Along with his little buddy, Duck Boy,
Whatever.
Matt Kohrs. He's also sat down with the head trader himself, Aron, on numerous occasions, once again showing that he is on the inside while we wait behind the Citadel walls, so to speak. And not only did he sit with Aron, he was his mouthpiece when that old pile of crap tried to issue 500 million new shares, diluting the company by half. Yes, 500 million. Was that a coincidence?
I'm just hereby pledging we will not use a single one of these 500 million additional shares in calendar 2021. I've read some of the stuff that's coming out of the voices of retail investors. And they're saying things like, yeah, we get it. The 500 million share authorization might be good for the company for the long term, but we're really much more concerned what's going to happen the next month or 2 or 3. Well, I can take that whole issue off the table because I'm just telling you right now, AMC will not use any of these 500 million new shares in calendar 21. Just will not do it. And that's not only a pledge that I'm making on Trey Trades.
Look at how much younger Trey looks. Holy shit. Holy shit. What the fuck has Trey done to himself? Seriously. That is concerning. It looks like a different person. This is that typical before and after picture that you see. With like hardcore drug abuse. That's I mean, I don't have another explanation. You know, health problems, yeah, well, that's related. It's all related. Man.
Whereas you're backwards.
Look at him. Look at him. And look at him when he smiles and laughs. You know?
Trades. Whereas you're backwards, Twitter man.
His face, oh my god. Wow.
Twitter handle, Trades Trey, is very confusing, by the way.
I know.
But that's not just a pleasure being here. We're going to make that publicly also today. But remember, we're asking for these shares because we believe that if shareholders give us, as a management team, who I think you basically trust, we've proven to be pretty adept so far.
Right.
If you give us the flexibility to use those shares when it makes sense for you, the shareholder, that's when we'll
He used Trey and his channel to try and get us to vote yes on that ridiculous dilution, after he already diluted the company, gaining billions of dollars of which he didn't use to get out of the perilous debt that he incurred while he drowned the company in before we came in. What did he do with all of that money? Some of it indeed went to future shares for himself and his board members, as he owned millions of shares since that time, and he has since dumped millions of shares since that time, and yet he still holds millions of shares since that time. If you care so much for the company, Adam, why not keep the shares in the pool?
This guy's good. This guy
you want to dilute the company
I've said it
and
before.
raise funds to give yourself
I've
and
said
your
it
cronies
before.
more shares, don't you? You don't care.
He is a great
We all know about the Mudrick
manipulator.
capital issuance when you issued shares to be subsequently dumped, and Mudrick subsequently turned around and issued a press release stating that the shares were grossly overvalued. Do you not think that Aron knew that they would do that and say that? And that was the day before the June squeeze, what effectively killed what could have been the mother of all short squeezes. So after that fact, Trey pumped AMC, and we took it up to $70, and he made $1 million off of his options.
It's done pretty well, yeah. I can't complain. I made $1 million on call option profit, and that came from the move from 10 to 70 bucks.
No, he didn't exercise those options and convert them into shares
Why
like a
would he?
true believer would have, like DFV did, and like many of us apes did and would have done had we had options.
Well, what would you do with those shares? I mean, you would sell them. Even if you did exercise them. You would sell them and take the profit. So that's what DFV did.
simply cashed out and has become a media darling ever since. After every
Well,
video,
not so
t-shirt
much
sold,
anymore.
mug sold, CNBC appearance, you would think someone like that would have held. I mean, each of us held without any of the hoopla and without $1 million YouTube channel, yet this man sold. If Adam Aron is a trader who regularly dumps AMC and continuously wanted to issue new shares, what does that make the man who connected him to us and made us trust the old turd of a man? He's just the little henchman who always stands next to the bad guy and gets shitted on, like Tattoo from Fantasy Island, who stands next to Mr. Rourke, but the skinny version on meth. Now he does strange videos, literally doing a Zoom call with Adam Aron with his pants down, literally. He makes fun of Jim Cramer when he's just as weird and creepy, and recently got caught with a giant dildo in his room. He recently made this huge deal and big announcement about buying $100,000 worth of AMC when it hit $14.
$100,000 of AMC stock to signify, in my own way, what I believe in and my thoughts.
That implies that he sold his original position if he actually did have any shares to begin with. It's quite possible that he had options only. And so what? He bought at the bottom, probably being alerted by someone on the inside and possibly by Aron himself, because again, he is on the inside. He's not one of us. He's a zombie now and has been for a while.
Oh,
and it's time we leave him to fester and rot. No more super chats, no more mugs, no more t-shirts, and no more views. He made that fateful decision not to exercise his
Wow,
options.
right there.
Views.
Holy shit. It looks like he looks like he's fucking 5 years younger. His teeth look totally different. Good God.
He made that fateful decision not to exercise his options and sell out. He was the leading voice of the movement at a time and yelled and kicked and screamed to buy and hold, yet he sold. He's the trader of the worst kind. You expect a suit and tie to do that kind of a thing, and they do, but you don't expect it from a regular guy like us. We tipped, donated, supported, bought the mugs, bought the t-shirts, in part to help with his health.
This guy
now,
is so
I realize it was all a scheme
good.
to make more money. What a greedy slimeball. You get what you deserve.
There you go. There's the new Trey. This is closer to the new Trey right there. Yeah.
Whether that's a health disaster or financial ruin, I don't know, but karma has a way of repaying traders in full measure and in due time. To mislead and fool millions of hard-working people, both young and old, makes you a slimeball snake, and we no longer follow you or believe you. So what if you bought shares that's only worth 5% of your new net worth? We buy 50 to 100% of what we have, of what we're worth, and we hold for dear life. And some of us have actually borrowed money, refinanced our homes to buy and hold. We have principles and actually care about the collective group, about slamming these corrupt suits and sending them straight to hell. You care about your bottom line. You're an actor. You're a businessman. You've become a suit. And I wouldn't be surprised if you wear one of those to those secret meetings you attend whenever you get invited to CNBC and Bloomberg. Hopefully you get to enjoy the newfound.
I've never seen him on Bloomberg. Bloomberg would not have him. Bloomberg would not have Trey. Are you fucking kidding me?
Traitor. And money can't buy love, evidenced by the giant black dildo in your living room.
But it is the best
This
attack
turned
video
from
ever.
a meme movement into
Agreed.
an actual all-out war, and you, my friend, are on the other side, therefore fair game. It's open season on all traders, liars, and double agents who've become enriched off the backs of the common man and woman. I've already called out your little buddy and your boss for their treachery, and now it's your time to burn. Never underestimate the collective's intelligence. We are dumb money. We may not wear suits and speak in financial lingo, but it doesn't mean that we're dumb. To the contrary, we're smart, street smart, book smart, now finance smart. We just speak the language of regular people because we're not pretentious like you and your cronies.
Yeah.
My friends, brothers and sisters, be careful of the message when MOAS starts from double agents and spies.
When?
As they will spread misinformation, cause confusion, and try to scare you into selling at prices that are not what they have the potential to be. You've all heard what these YouTubers are saying. Concede, sell at 300, 500. There's no way it's gonna go to 1,000. There's no way it's gonna go to 10,000. 100,000? You're crazy. Don't listen to them. We know what we're in this for. Life-changing generational wealth. And we all full well know that this can only happen with unity if no one sells at those low prices. If everyone holds throughout the lies, treachery, and deceit spread by these lying, deceitful double agents whom pretend to be our friends as they've already become enriched off of YouTube and affiliate earnings, we will all be rich and they'll all be left with 50 subscribers and an empty room with a big dildo in it. Hold like your life depends on it. Hold for your fellow brothers and sisters. Hold to send all of these devils and demons straight to hell. Welcome to the revolution.
If only. If only. Wow, that was quite touching. Well, for the final ranking tonight, the question is just whether it's top tier or A. And I'm inclined to put it top tier. That's a hard one. But, you know, there's not I don't think that it gets much better than that. When I say better, you know what I mean. I don't mean actual better. But in terms of what that is, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Holy shit. Well, before let's see here. Here we go. Before we sign off, roll another blunt, man.
You full of shit.
Pretty much played out like I thought it would. Al, Lou, Trey. Short Squeeze channel is kind of a surprise, but you know, that was the best attack hit piece I think I've ever seen. his rhetoric skills are pretty good. You know, he's listened to some Martin Luther King speeches. He's got the cadence, he's got the repetition. Very, very good grifting, if I do say so myself. That's a surprise. That was a surprise. So tomorrow, you know, Boss Blunts has to be dealt with. Review Dork has to be dealt with. Wrench Capital, Key Evangelo. I already have Lou. I used a different video or different image.
You got a real bad temper. I got another woman.
You know, this guy
out of sight, out of mind, sipping wine someplace.
Probably should.
You're too controlling.
Maybe John Wick. Now, John Wick. I think he's a smart fella. I think he's a clever devil. I think he is taking his own challenge of not making AMC content until June 2nd. That's what I think. I think that's what he's doing. He knows it. He's probably watching this stream right now. And he's like, he's right, but I can't tell him. If I'm right about that, holy shit. You know, that's be another another example.
You don't trust me, I don't trust you. Now what the fuck we supposed to do? You disrespectful.
I don't know another example of what.
Then listen to you, moan and groan. You're too demanding. I got a sugar mama and she's
all of grifters.
The future was looking rosy before I found out you were so damn nosy. I could
now, don't forget.
You're a punk ass no class bitch from the south showing off on Facebook. My privacy has been took. I was blind.
The per capita consumption of mozzarella cheese correlates with the number of civil engineering doctorates awarded. The number of people who drowned after falling out of a fishing boat correlates with the marriage rate in Kentucky. Of course, yes, right?
Don't provoke me, I might choke thee. Roll thee up and
fewer people die
so
after falling out of a fishing boat. If there are fewer marriages in Kentucky. United States crude oil imports from Norway correlates with the number of drivers killed in collisions with railway trains. More oil, more train collision deaths. Data's right here. Per capita consumption of chicken correlates with total U.S. crude oil imports. 89% correlation rate. Number of people who drowned while in a swimming pool correlates with the amount of power generated by U.S. nuclear plants. It's right here. The data is right here. Number of the Japanese passenger cars sold in the United States correlates with suicides by crashing of motor vehicles. Look, it correlates directly. It's a 93% correlation rate. And it just goes on and on and on and on with these spurious correlations. We see a lot of that. We see a lot of that in this space. We see a lot of that stuff. Okay. It's the same as it was every other time. Scotty Finance. Right there. If you can hit like on your way out of the stream, that would be fantastic. Subscribe would also be fantastic, and all that other stuff. But we'll come back tomorrow. We'll do the other half of this, and just you know, for the newcomers, stragglers, whatever. Here's what we got so far. You know, I think it's pretty accurate. I think that you say the market prices, you know, things accurately, fairly. I think this channel has done a good job of accurately ranking the grifters, and we get to this you know, fair ranking. There's some kind of you know, kind of beauty and efficiency there of the market. So anyway, that's all I got now. See you tomorrow. By the way, the futures market does open tomorrow at 6. It does open tomorrow at 6. The futures are open from 6 tomorrow evening until 9:30 Monday. Market's closed Monday, so at 9:30 the futures market closes. The market's closed all day, and then at 4:30, I think it's 4, maybe it's 6, I forget exactly when. But then the futures market opens back up on Monday night into Tuesday. So, but the point really is that the futures market does open tomorrow. So, you know, we'll see you we'll see you then for that, probably. If not for the rest of this grifter ranking. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks everybody for checking out the stream and the channel. Be safe. Catch you later. Bye.